My dear friend, I see you. I feel the heaviness of your concerns and the shadows that weigh on your heart. But take courage, for this is not the conclusion of your journey. The challenges before you are starting to dissolve. The barriers that once held you back are breaking apart, and the period of waiting is turning into a time of success. Stay with me through this message, because what I'm about to share can profoundly change your life. You've been searching for answers, and now they are beginning to surface. This is your breakthrough, the moment you've been yearning for. Embrace the path to the freedom and purpose I've crafted for you. Don't hesitate. Trust me to lead you into the remarkable future that lies ahead. Let's embark on this journey together. It's crucial that you listen closely, for what I'm about to convey is vital amidst the chaos of your daily life. It's easy to feel alone, but know that I am closer than you realize. I am not a distant presence watching from afar. I am here with you in every second, every breath, every heartbeat. You might seek me in grand gestures and miraculous events, but pay attention to the subtle whispers I send in your quiet moments, the stillness of your soul, and the gentle prompts that guide you each day, even when everything around you feels overwhelming. Stop for a moment, just one moment. What you are about to hear may shift something deep within you. It may challenge what you've believed, awaken something you've ignored, or stir your soul in a way you didn't expect. But I ask you, do not look away. You have gone through life carrying questions, some buried so deep you no longer even voice them. You wonder why things are the way they are, why suffering continues, why your prayers sometimes seem to go unanswered, why hope feels like it's slipping through your fingers like sand. But today, I need you to listen, because the answer is closer than you think. There are forces in this world that want you distracted, numbed, and too busy to notice the deeper reality around you. But right now, I need your full attention. What I am about to reveal isn't just another message. It's a wake-up call, a moment that could change the way you see everything. My dear child, this will shake your reality. Will you listen? My dearest one, if you desire the Lord's abundant blessings, respond with "Yes, I need" in the comments below. When I speak of shaking your reality, I am not speaking of destruction. I am speaking of revelation. I am speaking of opening your eyes to a truth you may have been too afraid to face or too distracted to notice. I am not here to cause fear or bring chaos for the sake of it. No, I am here to peel back the layers of the familiar and show you the depth, beauty, and purpose that lie beyond what you have known. So many of my children walk through life on autopilot. They settle into routines, into comfortable but shallow ways of thinking and living. They carry burdens they were never meant to bear and believe lies that were never meant to define them. They cling to old wounds and false identities, building their lives on foundations that can't stand the test of time. But I am calling you to more. I am calling you to step into the reality I designed for you. A reality rooted in my truth, my promises, and my love. The world around you is not what it seems. Beneath the surface of your daily life, there is a spiritual battle raging, one that most people ignore until it's too late. Every disappointment you face, every doubt that creeps into your mind, every moment of fear that paralyzes you, none of it is random. None of it is merely coincidence. The enemy of your soul wants to keep you distracted. He wants you to believe that your struggles are just part of life, that your pain is meaningless, that you are alone in your suffering. But I have been fighting for you since the day you took your first breath. You are not just another person passing through time. You are mine, and I have placed my hand upon you. The reality you see with your eyes is only a fraction of what truly exists. There is a greater purpose for you, a divine plan unfolding even when you cannot see it. But to step into that purpose, you must be willing to open your eyes, to recognize the battle, to understand your worth, and to claim the victory that has already been won for you. Beloved, part of this process means facing uncomfortable truths. There are parts of your heart I long to heal, but healing requires uncovering what has been hidden. It means addressing the pain, the doubts and the fears you have tried to suppress. It means allowing me to shine my light into those dark corners so I can cleanse them and make them new. Do not be afraid of this shaking. Do not run from it. I am the Lord your God, and my plans for you are good. I do not bring turmoil to break you, but to build you. Listen carefully to my voice in this moment. When you allow me to remove what is false and harmful, you make room for what is real and life-giving. You make room for my spirit to work in ways you never imagined. My dear friend, if this note stirred something in your heart, kindly give it a like. My child, I see the restlessness in your soul. You try to fill the void with success, with relationships, with endless distractions. Yet no matter how much you achieve, no matter how much you chase, something always feels missing. Do you know why? Because the world cannot satisfy a hunger that was meant to be filled by me. You were never created to walk this path alone, yet you drifted farther than you even realize. You've silenced my voice with the noise of your own plans, your own worries, your own fears, and now you feel lost, disconnected, uncertain of where to turn. But I have never left your side. Even in your silence, I have been speaking. Even in your wandering, I have been calling your name. There comes a time in every soul's journey when the illusion of control shatters, when you realize that despite your best efforts, you cannot fix everything. You cannot heal every wound. You cannot outrun the emptiness inside you. This is that moment for you, my child. This is the moment I ask you to stop running, stop pretending, and stop carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours. I know the wounds you carry. I know the moments that broke you, the people who betrayed you, the dreams that slipped away, and I know the questions that haunt you at night, the ones you don't dare say out loud. But here's the truth that will shake your reality. You were never meant to carry this pain alone. I have been waiting for you to turn back, to realize that no amount of earthly success, no human love, no temporary pleasure can replace what your soul truly craves, a relationship with me. You don't have forever to decide who you will be. Every moment, every choice, every thought is shaping your destiny. You can ignore this, pretend that none of it matters, and go back to your routine. But deep down, you already know the truth. This world is temporary. Eternity is real. Your soul is priceless, and the battle for it is happening right now. You were created for more than just survival. You were created for a purpose. I will not force you to listen. Love cannot be forced, but I will keep calling, keep knocking on the door of your heart, hoping that one day you will finally open it. And when you do, my child, everything will change. Beloved child, let this uplifting message shine on. Forward it up to 3 hearts seeking a bit of light. I don't want you to live another day in confusion and emptiness, in doubt. I am inviting you into something greater, into a life of meaning, of peace, of knowing that you are fully loved, fully seen, and fully known. You don't have to be perfect to come to me. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just bring me your heart, no matter how broken or guarded it may be. Bring me your pain, your questions, your fears. Lay them before me and watch as I begin to heal what you thought was beyond repair. This is not just a message. This is an invitation. Will you accept it, my beloved? I will be with you every step of the way. I know the path ahead may feel uncertain, but I am your guide. I am your shield. I am your source of strength. As your reality shakes and transforms, I will remain constant. I will not let you fall. My love will hold you. My peace will guard you, and my truth will sustain you. So I say once more, listen carefully. Stay with this message until the very end. Watch it fully, absorb it completely, and trust that I have a purpose in every word. You are not alone in this. I am right here, holding you through the shaking, steadying you as you step into a reality rooted in my unchanging love. Now that you've heard this, you cannot unhear it. Now that you've been reminded of the truth, you must decide what to do with it. Will you ignore it, push it away, and go back to pretending that nothing has changed? Or will you take this moment, this wake-up call, and step into something new? I am waiting, my child. The door is open. Will you walk through it? Dear child, please consider supporting our mission by clicking buy me a coffee. Your generous help will allow us to continue sharing God's Word on YouTube. We are truly grateful for any contribution. My dear one, tread carefully and steer clear of this snare. Observe with utmost focus today. I have summoned you for a purpose of great significance. Your arrival at this message is no mere accident. I require your unwavering presence until the conclusion, for what I am about to disclose holds the power to shield you from a formidable peril, one that has already led many of my children to their demise, often without their awareness. Have you ever experienced that moment when victory is within your grasp, only to have something intervene and lead you to surrender? When you begin to desire more from me, challenges emerge, distractions manifest, or uncertainty creeps into your thoughts. But dear one, this is no mere coincidence. Beware, for it is a snare, and should you let your guard down, you may find yourself ensnared. Today, I aim to enlighten you and reveal the hidden truths unfolding in the spiritual realm. I seek to unveil the ways in which the adversary attempts to divert you from the abundant gifts I have prepared for you. Listen closely. If you accompany me through to the conclusion of this message, a remarkable surprise awaits you. This offering will empower you, guide your path, and ensure your triumph in this struggle. Only those who endure until the very end shall be rewarded. My dear, remain unwavering in your focus and let nothing divert your path. Pay attention, for I am about to share something that has the power to transform your existence. Are you prepared? Inscribe in the comments, Master, alter the trajectory of my existence. Pay close attention. The trap lies before you, unlike any you have encountered. It arrives unannounced. There are no burdensome shackles, no clear indications. It is a quiet snare, silent and concealed. Numerous souls among my children have unknowingly succumbed to its grasp, and that is precisely why I stand before you today, to illuminate your path. The foe remains shrouded in subtlety. He does not present himself with menacing features and a fearsome weapon, declaring, "I'm here to bring your end." No, he conceals, he misleads, and he wields what appears innocuous. Frequently, he manipulates individuals, circumstances, and even your own mind to ensnare you. My shining star, pass on this spark of hope. Share this message with up to 3 companions in need of a morale boost. Have you ever observed how, out of nowhere, your conviction appears to waver without reason? How your routine consumes you, and you continually delay prayer, believing you'll get to it later? Or how that small uncertainty begins to expand within you, and before you realize it, your previous confidence has vanished. This is not random. This is a snare. The Dark One doesn't require a grand push into temptation. It can be a subtle descent. He understands that if he proceeds too boldly, you will be aware and push back. Instead, he operates gradually, weaving subtle distractions into the fabric of your existence. He drains your energy to the point where you think, "I'll skip my prayers today. I'll handle it tomorrow." He invades your thoughts with anxieties, and before you know it, days have slipped by since you last embraced my message. He manipulates your emotions, casting shadows of unworthiness, leading you to doubt the significance of your prayers. Initially, everything appears ordinary. You're merely occupied, in need of some respite, or navigating through a challenging phase. Yet in truth, you find yourself ensnared, oblivious to the fact. My dear one, I ask you, how often have you experienced this sensation? How often have you observed your belief being taken from you, yet found yourself puzzled by the reason? The foe seeks to subtly create a chasm between us, all while you remain blissfully unaware. He will not rely on grand misfortunes. Instead, he will employ minor concessions, subtle distractions, and seemingly innocuous excuses. But today, I summon you once more. I reveal the snare to ensure you remain unscathed. Remain ever watchful and fully conscious. If anything dares to distance you from my presence, no matter how trivial it may appear, tread lightly. A minor diversion can take you far from the course I have set before you. So I pose this question to you. Are you prepared to awaken your senses? Are you prepared to battle this snare that seeks to draw you away from my side? If so, ascend, fortify your conviction, and let nothing come between us. Write in the comments, I choose to stand with the divine. The foe does not reveal himself as a fearsome beast seeking to consume you, your eyes filled with overt threats or unmistakable warnings of his desire to bring about your downfall. If he were to do that, you would flee without hesitation. Yet he possesses great cunning. He understands your vulnerabilities and skillfully manipulates you. He presents nothing that is overtly unfavorable. He understands that if he presents you with pain directly, you will swiftly seek my presence. Instead, he lures you with what appears to be desirable opportunities, ones that gleam yet are shrouded in deceit, charming phrases concealing toxic truths, and paths that seem to simplify your journey but ultimately lead you astray from my true intent. How often have you encountered something that appeared innocuous initially, only for it to escalate into a significant issue? A trivial delight that appeared pure yet led you away from my side? A bond that appeared advantageous yet drew you away from my presence? A route that seemed straightforward yet ultimately led you astray? The adversary wields whatever captivates your gaze, stirs your emotions, and aligns with your rational thought. He guides you subtly, leading you step by step into temptation. He captivates you gradually. Initially, he sows the notion that there is no fault in it. Then he presents reasons like, the divine will understand it's a common practice. And in an instant, you find yourself ensnared. This is the tale of the Garden of Eden. The serpent did not command Eve to defy God and forfeit it all. Absolutely not. He offered the fruit as a marvel, captivating to behold, alluring, and a beacon of enlightenment. Yet that fruit was a cunning snare. The adversary wielded an alluring force to unleash chaos, and today he persists. He seeks to mislead you into thinking that what is truly wrong is merely a harmless decision. He wants you to believe that the divide between us is not as perilous as it truly is. But I urge you, awaken your vision. Not all that shines is a reflection of my essence. Not all that glitters is gold. You must possess keen insight, my dearest little soul. If this message lit a spark within you, let me know with a like. My child, listen for my guidance before you choose your path. Before you dive into anything that appears innocent, consult me first. I am your creator, and I shall always guide you toward greatness. If anything pulls you away from me, no matter how appealing it may appear, it is not of my essence. What flows from me empowers, constructs, and instills tranquility within your soul. What arises from the adversary may initially seem delightful, yet ultimately it transforms into something harsh. Leave a comment saying, I decide what flows from the divine. Not all that is swift, straightforward, and easy originates from my being. I embody the essence of growth, process, and maturity. Yet the foe wields the art of swift paths with unparalleled skill. He seeks to mislead you with routes that appear simple, yet inevitably guide you to ruin. How often have you encountered something that seems almost unreal? A resolution that emerged effortlessly, free from struggle or hardship. The adversary understands that if he offers you a challenging journey from the outset, you will push back. He approaches in his own subtle way, presenting effortless routes, granting you your deepest wishes without toil or forethought, allowing no moment for reflection. But tread carefully, my dear. Not all that is effortless originates from my being. Look at my chosen disciples. Joseph endured the depths of prison before ascending to the grandeur of the palace. David confronted formidable foes and endured trials before ascending to the throne. Moses traversed the vast desert before setting foot in the promised land. I always ensure that the hearts of my children are ready before bestowing upon them magnificent triumphs. A victory gained without the necessary groundwork invites ruin. Yet the adversary seeks to offer you something devoid of substance, lacking in roots or framework. He presents fleeting triumphs that ultimately crumble, fleeting ecstasy that inevitably transforms into anguish, and pathways that ultimately confine you. He understands that what is gained without struggle is lost just as swiftly. Hear me, my offspring. When all appears effortlessly simple, approach with caution. If something arrives effortlessly, without challenge or struggle, consult me before moving forward. As I guide you, adversaries will undoubtedly emerge to challenge you. Yet, when the adversary orchestrates a scheme, it initially appears deceptively straightforward, for he aims to keep you oblivious to the snare. Life with the divine is not about pursuing comfort. It is about pursuing the greater purpose, which is not always the simplest journey. The most direct path is not frequently the most advantageous, and not every seeming open door leads to vitality. The simplest choice does not always originate from my grasp. In the heart of your journey, obstacles will arise. Yet from these trials you will find strength, resilience, and ultimately triumph. So I pose this question to you today, my dear one. Do you seek only that which is handed to you effortlessly, or do you yearn for that which flows from my essence? Do you seek the easy way that diverts you from your true calling, or will you choose the journey I have laid out for you, even if it demands unwavering determination? Keep in mind, if anything arrives with too much ease, pause and seek my guidance. I shall forever lead you and unveil the truth, for my wish transcends mere blessings. It is to elevate you to a higher state of being. Write in the comments, I embrace the divine journey. My cherished soul, stand as a vessel of divine grace. Your super thanks fuels our mission to share God's truth across every heart. Let us unite and shine eternal blessings for all. Pay close attention to the heaviness you sense, the urge to give up, the feeling that everything has lost its meaning. This goes beyond mere fatigue or challenging moments. This is a divine strike. Discouragement is an unnatural force. It is a tool wielded by the adversary to divert you from the grand destiny I have designed for you. The adversary understands that an individual devoid of power will neither engage in battle, nor offer prayers, nor pursue their desires. He understands that if he can snuff out the fire within you, if he can instill feelings of weakness, confusion, or isolation, you will abandon the journey I have laid out for you. Today, I stand before you to affirm that you are never alone. I see you, and I understand the depths of your emotions. In your challenges, there are moments when the weight of the world feels unbearable. Yet it is crucial to grasp this profound truth. The battle you are engaged in transcends the visible realm. This is a battle of the soul. The adversary seeks to halt your progress, fully aware that if you push through, monumental changes lie on the horizon. Have you observed that whenever you draw near to a blessing or choose to approach me, discouragement strikes with intensified power? In an instant, weariness washes over you, a sensation previously unknown. Uncertainties flood your thoughts, leading you to question the significance of your supplication. This is not accidental. Discouragement is one of the most formidable tools wielded by the adversary. He doesn't need to destroy you. He merely needs to induce you to surrender. He doesn't have to strip away the promise of your life. He merely needs to persuade you it's beyond reach. He wants you to relinquish your faith, cease your struggles, and abandon your quest. He wants you to believe it's all futile. But I assure you, it is not futile. Every prayer you offered, I listened. Every drop of sorrow you released, I gathered with reverence. In every clash you engaged, I witnessed it. I am a devoted God, and I always see my promises through to completion. If I declare my intention, then it shall be done. Yet you shall persevere. You shall ascend once more. Though the burden may feel overwhelming at times, in moments of weakness, turn your gaze toward me. I am your power. I provide your solace. I am the force that upholds you when you feel you cannot continue. Disregard the deceitful whispers of the adversary. Refuse to let discouragement become part of your reality. Like and share the video if you have trust in the words of the God. Subscribe to the channel if you love Jesus. This is an assault, yet you stand equipped. Your weapon is your conviction. When faced with discouragement, rise and seek the divine. When fatigue descends, pray. When uncertainty rises, proclaim my assurances over your existence. No force can shatter a spirit that remains steadfast in its faith. He cannot shake the resolve of one who stands strong in me. Today, my child, I pose a question. Will you embrace this discouragement, or will you ascend? I stand beside you, urging you to press on, for something monumental awaits. If you halt now, you will miss the wonders I have set aside for you. Stand tall and proclaim your invincibility. Trust in my presence, for those who endure to the finish shall attain triumph. Post in the comments, I will not surrender. My strength comes from a higher power. Beloved little one, we welcome you with open arms. Sign up and journey with us for messages that bring warmth to your heart. My dear one, heed my words with great attention. Do you believe the challenges you encounter are mere happenstance? Do you believe that the difficulties, the unforeseen issues, and the distractions attempting to divert your path are merely elements of existence? Do not be deceived. The foe does not strike at those who have already succumbed. If he has dared to challenge you, it's because he recognizes the power you hold over his ambitions. He trembles at the might I have bestowed upon you. He understands that if you stand resolute, if you persist in pursuing my presence, nothing can hinder the greatness I have destined for your existence. This is why he will go to great lengths to divert you from your true purpose. He seeks to hold you back. He desires to stifle your growth. He tries to keep you from unveiling your true essence within me. He approaches with a calm confidence, never striking directly or instilling blatant fear. He possesses exquisite finesse. He operates from the darkness, planting seeds of uncertainty and deception within your soul. He plants ideas in your mind such as, what if you're not enough? What if you were not chosen by the divine? What if you're squandering your precious moments? These thoughts are not of my origin. I will always encourage you to persevere. I shall never instill dread within your soul. I embody courage, faith, and power in their purest forms. If anything is causing you to question your true path, recognize it as a tactic meant to divert you from your destiny. He also harnesses exhaustion. He inundates you with concerns, challenges, and duties, robbing you of precious moments for me. He convinces you that your attention should be directed elsewhere, that your devotion can be delayed, and that your quest for me can be set aside. Yet the future remains elusive, and when you come to that realization, you find yourself distanced from my essence. The adversary employs those who seek to undermine your spirit, who diminish your worth, who question the greatness I have instilled within you. He challenges you, making you contemplate surrender. But, my child, keep this in mind. If I summon you, who can stand in your way? When I stand by your side, no one shall dare oppose you. What I have bestowed upon you is invaluable. Your destiny is profound, and your mission transcends your wildest dreams. Yet to attain it, you must conquer these adversarial tactics. Avoid his snares at all costs. Do not allow anything to divert you from my presence. Today, I command you to ascend and persevere. If your adversary has exerted such effort to hinder your progress, it signifies that you are nearer to triumph than ever before. Stand strong, and I shall unlock the gates, empower you, and bring to fruition all that I have vowed. Now I pose this question. Will you surrender or rise to battle? I stand beside you, I empower you, and I lead you. The struggle is monumental, yet the prize for the relentless is truly unmatched. Write in the comments, I shall not falter. My mission is beyond measure. My dear child, heed my words. Not every piece of guidance originates from me. Not every voice that appears profound carries truth. Not every lovely and well-meaning word resonates with the grand design I have for your existence. The adversary is aware that your path is shaped by the whispers that reach your ears. He understands the might of language, that a mere hint can alter the course of your journey. He cloaks himself in the guise of counsel, manipulating those around you, even your nearest, to sow seeds of uncertainty and compel you to doubt what has already been revealed to you. Consider Eve in the Garden of Eden. The serpent merely tempted her to partake of the forbidden fruit. He posed it as wisdom, steering her away from mistakes. He uttered a single phrase sowing uncertainty. Did the divine truly declare that? It was merely a suggestion. A question so delicate, yet that notion alone was sufficient to transform the entire narrative. The adversary persists, surrounding you with individuals who inquire, is there truly a divine purpose for your existence? Is this battle truly worth the effort? Are your aspirations soaring beyond the ordinary? If it were genuinely divine, wouldn't it have manifested by now? Expressions like these might appear innocuous initially, yet they gradually erode your belief. Piece by piece, you start to doubt what once defined your understanding. You begin to waver on the once unyielding path, and upon that realization, you find yourself in a realm beyond your rightful place. My precious child, brighten someone's day. Send this message to a heart that longs for inspiration. My child, heed my words with utmost attention. No external voice should dictate the course of your existence. You must cultivate the ability to perceive with clarity. Not everyone who speaks of me truly embodies my essence. Not every morsel of wisdom that appears profound is genuinely accurate. Not every viewpoint deserves your attention. Be aware that some whispers aim to divert you from your true calling. Some individuals project power in their words, yet are devoid of true insight. Some guidance may appear wise and purposeful, yet it is laced with trepidation, skepticism, and uncertainty. So I pose this question to you. Who has shaped your choices? Who has influenced your mind? From whom have you sought counsel? If the voice you hear leads you away from my presence, disregard it. If it stirs dread within your soul, cast it aside. If my words are causing you uncertainty, then step back and remember that my voice will always be unmistakable. I embody tranquility, not chaos. My voice empowers, leads, and uplifts. If someone's guidance holds you back, disheartens you, and distances you from me, disregard it. Today I command you, cease heeding the misguided whispers and attune your ears to my voice once more. Consult me for guidance before taking any steps. Seek me before you embrace any counsel, for I am your guiding force, and I shall never steer you toward ruin. Now, my dear, I pose this question. Will you heed the whispers of the world or the call of my voice? The answer has been laid before you. The decision rests in your hands. Post in the comments, I choose to heed the divine call. My child, the adversary does not need a swift strike to shatter your belief. He doesn't have to remove you from my presence suddenly, because he knows that if he attempts such a move, you will become aware and resist. Thus, he moves with quiet grace, diverting your focus with trivial matters that appear innocuous. Yet gradually, they siphon away your attention, time, and quest for me. Have you ever noticed how something always comes up when you choose to seek divine connection? How, unexpectedly, a notification lights up your phone, a message or a reminder of an impending task demanding your attention. Have you noticed how your thoughts become clouded with concerns the moment you try to engage with me? This is not mere chance. This is a tactic employed by the adversary. He knows that by keeping you busy, distracted, and engaged in various matters, you lack the opportunity to connect with me. Without me, your faith falters. In my absence, he can manipulate you with greater ease. The distractions of the enemy may sometimes appear beneficial, yet without mastery, they start to usurp the place that is rightfully mine. Your endeavors may become a diversion. Your social networks may serve as a source of distraction. Your pastimes, your connections, and even your loved ones can consume so much of your life that you set me aside. Beloved family in Christ, step forward into the glow of Jesus' everlasting love. Choose to join and unite with others who cherish His word and presence. Together, we will nurture our faith and shine His light for all to see. I implore you, my child, when was the last time we truly shared time together? Unhurried, undisturbed, and fully present in each other's company. When was the last time you engaged in a moment of pure devotion, free from the constraints of time, unburdened by the concerns of the day, and untouched by the chaos around you? The foe seeks to blind you to the truth of your distance from me. He wants you to believe that all is well, that your trust remains unshaken. Yet in truth, gradually, your heart no longer senses my essence as it once did. But today, I am issuing a decree. Do not allow distractions to ensnare you and rob me of what is rightfully mine. I am the source of your power. I am the force that upholds you. I alone can fill the emptiness that no other diversion can touch. You may possess it all. You might find yourself in a crowd, engaged in countless activities, yet without my presence, an essential peace will forever elude you. Today, I summon you to return to my presence. Dedicate a moment, however brief, to immerse yourself fully, with unwavering attention directed toward me. I wish to speak with you. I seek to reignite your belief and rejuvenate your power. But for this to happen, you must silence the distractions and focus your gaze upon me. The power to decide rests with you. You may persist in allowing distractions to lead you astray, or you can decide to pursue my presence as you once did. What shall you do? Write in the comments, I will focus on the divine. My child, I perceive the depths of your being. I see what remains hidden from all others. A burden has settled upon you, a deep-seated sorrow, an exhaustion that transcends mere physical weariness. There is a force within you, a tempest that feels insurmountable, as though you're grappling with an enigma beyond comprehension. You strive to press on to remain strong, yet an unseen weight saps your vitality. What you experience transcends mere fatigue. It is a profound struggle of the spirit, a battle raging all around you, with you at its center. Your adversary seeks to immobilize you. He seeks to rob you of your tranquility and impose a weight you were never meant to carry. But today, I have come to enlighten you. This burden does not belong to you. What you feel is often a manifestation of conflicts waged in the realm beyond the visible. Though hidden from sight, a grand struggle unfolds between illumination and shadow, between assurance and uncertainty, between belief and trepidation. The closer you draw to your destined path, the fiercer the adversary's onslaught grows, hoping to force you to surrender. This burden you sense can manifest in various ways. Sometimes it arrives as an unfathomable weariness, a discouragement with no clear cause. Sometimes it manifests as a profound sorrow, an inexplicable void, a constriction in the heart that defies understanding. Yet I proclaim to you, this is not of my making. I am not a deity of tyranny. I am a God of freedom. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. The foe wants you to believe that this burden is normal, that it's just part of life, and you must learn to cope. But I command you, reject it. You were meant to rise above limitations. You were never intended to bear a weight that was already lifted for you on the cross. My dearest, keep the good vibes rolling. Send this message to 3 loved ones who need a small nudge of positivity. If you sense this profound burden, then the moment has arrived to engage, not with your own power, but with mine. I have bestowed divine tools upon you. I have granted you dominion. I possess the strength to answer your supplication. When you bow in prayer, the foundations of chaos tremble. When you call upon me, bonds are shattered. My child, you do not stand alone in this battle. I stand beside you. The burden may be heavy, yet I rise above it all. The weight of oppression may be formidable, yet my strength surpasses it. Your foes may attempt to confine you, yet I am the force that liberates you. Now I pose this question, will you persist in bearing this burden, or will you entrust it to me? I stand ready, poised for your surrender, anticipating your call, longing for your trust. As you lay upon me all your anxieties, fears, and burdens, rise up in this moment. Seize your triumph with unwavering confidence. Declare that this burden holds no dominion over you any longer. I am your power. I am your solace, your liberation. Post in the comments, I entrust everything to a higher power. Son, pay close attention. Fear has cloaked itself in the guise of caution to mislead you. The adversary does not require an instant to lead you astray. He knows that by simply immobilizing you, he has secured his victory. He knows that by cloaking fear in eloquent phrases and seemingly rational explanations, you will convince yourself of your own wisdom, all while you are actually ensnared. How often have you listened to your own thoughts, murmuring doubts such as, perhaps this is not the right moment? What if it all goes wrong? Or, what if I attempt this and stumble? Patience will yield a greater reward. These phrases may sound logical and wise, yet they can be invisible shackles. The adversary's goal is for you to linger, to overthink, to dissect every detail until you remain stagnant, never advancing toward the calling already placed upon you. True wisdom flows from my essence. I guide you to move with insight, to pursue your path, to bide your time when it is truly called for. Yet caution masquerading as wisdom ensnares you, breeds doubt, and causes you to miss the opportunities I have already set before you. Recall Moses when I summoned him to free my people. He insisted he was powerless and claimed he lacked the ability to speak well, seeking reasons to escape the summons. Those shortcomings were not born of wisdom, but of fear. Consider Gideon. When I selected him, he wondered if he truly possessed the strength. He saw himself as small, weak, and insignificant, but I saw a mighty champion. Gideon believed he needed more proof, more confirmation, more time. In truth, what he truly needed was faith. Now I pose this question to you. What is holding you back from moving forward? Could it be that what you perceive as caution is in fact fear? Are you caught in a perpetual cycle of waiting, despite having received all you need to embark on your journey? My child, I stand beside you. If I have called you, I will lift you up. If I have planted a vision within you, I shall carve the path with my own hands. Embrace the journey of learning without hesitation. Embrace the possibility of failure. Fear not the judgments of others. For as you journey with me, even your missteps shall become stepping stones in your growth. Darling child, keep the spark of encouragement alive. Pass this message on to 3 friends who could use an extra push today. I summon you to break this cycle of fear. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, for the time to act is now. Stop cloaking your inaction with pretty rationalizations. When I stand by your side, nothing can hold you back. Rise, embrace the journey ahead, and trust in my truth about your potential. Now, write in the comments, I'm going to move forward because I am unstoppable. Son, heed my words with great attention. Not every swift route leads to the ultimate destination. Not every quick remedy is the wisest option. Not every open door is of my doing. The foe is sly, and among his most formidable tactics is presenting you with enticing shortcuts that appear beneficial, but ultimately pave the way to ruin. Have you noticed that when you are on the brink of a blessing, a promise, or a significant transformation, a seemingly simpler path always appears? A method that looks like an effortless shortcut, promising to save time and energy? Yet I tell you now, not all that appears pleasing originates from my essence. The adversary presented a tempting shortcut to Adam and Eve, convincing them they could attain divine status without submission, promising greatness without following the path I had laid out. That path led them into the abyss. The adversary presented a swift route to the Lord in the wilderness. Bow before me and pay homage, and I shall grant you all the realms of the world. Yet I had already promised these realms to Jesus. The adversary's false shortcut would have been devoid of sacrifice, free from the cross, and lacking in obedience. But it came at the highest cost. He continues this approach today. He offers you tempting shortcuts in relationships, finances, and personal journeys. Options that promise your deepest desires without the necessary growth and development I require. Yet every shortcut the enemy offers comes with a price. He always demands something in exchange. He shows you the pleasure, but hides the aftermath. He shows you the benefit, but conceals the snare. He displays the brilliance of gold, but hides the chains that bind you in the shadows. My child, grasp this truth. I am the master of processes. I embrace every step of the journey. I do not bestow gifts prematurely. I will not burden you with something you are not prepared to carry. What I have for you will arrive in its perfect time and perfect form. No shortcuts, no deceptions. If you seize the enemy's shortcut, you may feel as if you arrive faster, but eventually you will realize that what you sacrificed far outweighs the fleeting gain. Today I ask you, Will you trust my timing, or will you yield to the urgency the adversary has planted in your heart? Will you remain on the path I have set, or choose the tempting detour that seems easier but ultimately draws you away from my intent? Do not trade what I hold for a hollow promise from the foe. Never barter your belief, honor, or commitment for fleeting temptations that lead to ruin. Embrace the power of belief in me. Embrace the journey I offer. Leave a comment saying, I embrace the divine journey. My dear friend, if this note stirred something in your heart, kindly give it a like. Son, heed my words with great attention. I understand that silence can evoke fear. There are moments when you reach out, yearning for guidance, and all that comes back is profound silence, an overwhelming void. You wonder, why is there no response from the divine? It feels as if you are talking to yourself, your words trapped, unable to rise beyond the confines of the room, and that I have distanced myself from you. Today, I wish to share a truth that will transform your perception of this moment. My silence is not a sign of my absence, my child. There are battles I fight quietly. I allow certain processes to empower you. There are truths that remain beyond your reach at this moment, because your faith must be tested. There are times when you must embrace belief over sight or sound. Recall the moment when my followers were in a boat and a tempest arose. I was there, resting, seemingly asleep. In their darkest hour, they thought doom was certain. Yet I was at peace in the boat. I had not abandoned my children. I was teaching them a deeper lesson. Even in my silence, I commanded the situation with unwavering authority. Recall Job. He poured out his soul, endured pain, wept, and for a while I held my tongue. Yet my silence did not mean I forgot him. I was orchestrating everything behind the scenes. Ultimately, Job realized my ways surpassed his trials. Remember Lazarus. When his sisters called for my help, I did not come right away. To mortal eyes, it appeared I was ignoring them. Yet I was always present. I had a bigger plan, for when I arrived, I did not merely heal Lazarus. I raised him from the dead. Now I pose this question to you, my child. Can you trust me even in the silence? Can you believe I am working even when it appears nothing is happening? My voice transcends mere words. Sometimes my silence speaks louder. Sometimes my silence imparts lessons that a quick answer could never convey. Sometimes my silence is proof that I am crafting something monumental beyond your ability to grasp right now. Do not let despair or doubt overshadow your heart regarding my love, even if you can't perceive it as you desire. Rest assured, I have not forsaken you. Even if the answers elude you in this moment, it does not diminish my sovereignty over the situation. When the time is perfect, I will speak and act, and you will see that my silence held profound purpose. It was never meant to tear you down. It was meant to build you up. My silence is not a dismissal. It is a strategy. And now, I ask you, do you trust me, even in the quiet? Post in the comments, I have unwavering faith, even in stillness. My dear one, show your gratitude by liking if this message found a place in your heart. Son, pay close attention. Not all that glimmers is a reflection of my essence. Not every charming voice conveys honesty. Not every hand extended in friendship truly seeks to help. The foe does not always present himself as a blatant threat. Often he clothes himself in brilliance, adorned with compassion, camaraderie, and sage counsel. Yet beneath the surface, a concealed shadow lurks. The greatest trick of the adversary is not overt oppression, but the artful masquerade of falsehood as reality. He comes forth with enchanting words, alluring orations, and assurances that appear splendid, yet hide a perilous snare. Consider Judas. He was close to Jesus, walked by his side, witnessed the miracles, heard my teachings, yet treachery lay in his heart. Think of Delilah, who feigned affection for Samson, yet betrayed him to his enemies. This story has played out countless times through history, and nothing has changed today. My child, I created you to embody love, to embrace forgiveness, and to shine in this world. Yet I also call you to remain vigilant, for some draw near only to drain your energy. Some speak of me, yet fail to live by my intent. Some exalt me, yet have no desire for your flourishing. Remain ever watchful. Be wary of those who merely charm you with words or appear reliable on the surface. The adversary may imitate reality, but he can never produce authentic results. I desire you to live free from paranoia, yet with clarity of judgment. See beyond the superficial, beyond the words and appearances. Seek my guidance before you open your soul to another. You have revealed your heart's truths to the undeserving. You have placed your trust in those I did not choose for you. Before you trust, observe the fruits. A noble tree yields noble fruit, while a wretched tree produces wretched fruit. Time reveals the essence of authenticity. Do not rush to place your faith. Rush instead to observe and seek my wisdom. Today, I ask you, have you remained watchful or have you trusted blindly? Have you sought true understanding or have you been swayed by appearances? Observe, seek my guidance, and place your faith only in those I have chosen for you. Now proclaim in the comments, I choose to observe and seek wisdom. My child, the conviction that lifts you up must surpass your doubt. Today, heed my words as truth. Faith goes beyond moments of ease and comfort. It transcends simply feeling my presence when you are joyful. Faith is moving forward, even when the path ahead is dark. Yes, I know that sometimes fear stands at the threshold. I know the unknown can be alluring, and the situation may roar defiantly against the promise I gave you. But understand this. Your belief must outweigh your uncertainty. Do you remember Peter? He walked on water, his eyes firmly fixed on me. Yet the moment he shifted his focus to the wind and the waves, more than on my essence, he began to sink. My child, you don't stumble because of the difficulty of the challenge. You stumble when you lose sight of my presence. Doubt flourishes when you forget your allies, when you pay more attention to the clamor of this world than to my voice. Fear then finds a home in your heart. My cherished one, we rise by lifting others. Share this message with a friend who needs a little encouragement. I never said the journey would be easy, but I promise to stand by your side through it all. If I am with you, what is there to dread? If I gave you a promise, why doubt it? Why believe I would abandon you? Do you know what sets victors apart from quitters? It's not the absence of challenges, it's the abundance of belief. Those who put their faith in me don't fixate on what seems impossible. They look to the one who makes the impossible come true. The adversary will always try to sow doubt in your soul, proclaiming you won't triumph, that the door will remain shut, that your dream will never be realized. He wants to direct your eyes to the storms, the hurdles, and the seemingly insurmountable barriers. But today I say, do not feed your doubts, feed your faith. Come to me when I call. Pray, honor, and declare my truth in your life. For faith is born through hearing, and hearing through my words. Which have you nourished more, faith or doubt? Which has gripped your mind, the promises I gave you, or the doubts the adversary tries to sow? My child, when your faith is greater than your doubt, nothing can stop you. The one who puts their faith in me walks on, undeterred by the unseen. The one who trusts me keeps fighting, even when they don't understand. The one who believes in me finds peace, even in the midst of chaos. So today I ask you, will you allow doubt to rule, or will you trust that I will fulfill every promise I've made? Leave a comment declaring, I choose to have faith greater than my doubt. Son, heed my words. The adversary often doesn't try to bring you down in one sudden blow. He knows that if he showed you a grave sin immediately, you would resist. Instead, he moves quietly. He doesn't force you. He suggests, inspires. He skillfully works through subtle temptations. You know that if he tried to cast you aside abruptly, you would stand your ground. So he plants tiny seeds, small choices, seemingly harmless detours that look unimportant. He whispers, just this once, it's no big deal. God will understand. Everyone else does it. Why not join in? And so, without realizing it, you begin opening the door for darkness to slip in. First, you toy with a misguided notion. Then comes a small behavior that seems trivial. Next, a vow is broken, a prayer is postponed, and your pursuit of my presence falters. Before you know it, you have drifted far from me. The enemy acted much like he did with Samson, a slow descent, piece by piece. Samson danced with danger, grew overly confident in his own strength, ignored warnings, and by the time he realized it, he was already in darkness, bound. It was the same with David. He never planned to commit a great mistake, yet a small misstep, lingering where he shouldn't, unleashed a cascade of sins that shattered lives and caused immense pain. Many wander astray not in a single moment, but gradually, step by step. My cherished soul, join us so our words can lift you higher each day. Subscribe for more gentle inspiration and encouragement. My child, even the smallest compromises can lead to great ruin. The adversary doesn't need force. A mere whisper can lead you slightly off track, and each step multiplies until you find yourself far from where you intended to be. But today, I decree, do not toy with what draws you away from me. Do not deceive yourself into thinking small actions carry no weight. All beginnings are small. A seed grows. A tiny fracture can topple an entire structure. A minor deviation can lead you off course. Look at your life right now. What have you sacrificed? What have you rationalized? Which habits, thoughts, or attitudes have you adopted under the assumption they're harmless? Today, I command you, shut those doors. Destroy evil at its inception before it has a chance to flourish. Do not give the enemy any space. Be faithful in the small, for those who are faithful in little will also be faithful in much. Now I ask, will you keep allowing these minor indulgences, or will you commit to a path of faithfulness and devotion? Express in the comments. I will not let darkness prevail. I choose the divine path. Let us pray. My cherished Father, Supreme Being, here and now, I stand before you with a heart humbled and utterly dependent on you. Master, I know that without you I am nothing, and apart from you, everything is meaningless. Without your divine direction, I wander aimlessly. Today I cry out, fully aware of the snares around me. I know the adversary is relentless, trying to steer me off your path, creating distance between me and the destiny you have ordained for my life. In this moment, I cling to you, my refuge, my fortress, my unshakable foundation. Divine Father, grant me discernment to recognize the enemy's schemes. I refuse to be misled or ensnared by his traps. I know he comes subtly, dressed as an angel of light, wearing the finest disguise. He uses cunning tactics to lure me with what glitters like treasure, but is ultimately destructive. Guide me away from the easy roads that pull me from your grand design. Grant me the strength to elevate my faith above all doubt that arises. Faith that remains steadfast in trials, that I may not falter but trust your faithfulness, knowing you keep your promises. When the enemy plants seeds of doubt, fear, or weakness, let my faith be unwavering enough to dismiss these lies. Father, guard my mind, for the greatest battle rages within, in my thoughts, words around me, and forces shaping my environment. My precious one, let this burst of hope travel far. Share this video with up to 3 souls who need a gentle lift. I refuse to be ruled by fear, comparison, anxiety, or doubt. I want my thoughts saturated with your essence. Let my mind echo your purpose, and may every voice that does not come from you be silenced in the name of Jesus. Grant me the wisdom to pause before trusting blindly. I know some come not to uplift me, but to divide me from you. The adversary may use flattering words, charming smiles, and hidden motives. I ask you to give me clarity, so I neither trust without caution, nor form alliances without foresight. Divine strength, empower me to reject small compromises that lead to darkness. Too often, sin creeps in quietly, disguised as something trivial or innocent. Yet I know that what I allow today can destroy me tomorrow. I have the power to uproot evil at its seed, to refuse it entry, to close every door leading me astray from you. Holy Father, ignite within me a sacred passion for prayer. The enemy tries to trap me in distraction and weariness to silence my prayers. Yet I know that one who stops praying has already fallen prey to the adversary. I refuse to be another soul whose faith grows cold. I want to be a warrior of your kingdom, one who yearns for your presence insatiably. I cast away the snare of comparison that tries to steal my peace. I know each person has their own time, their own calling, their own purpose. I refuse to compare myself to others and feel like I'm behind. I trust your timing, your plan, and the journey you have for me. Father, if I carry a weight, if something is draining me, if my spirit is tired, I place it all before you. Let every burden be lifted, every chain broken, every opposing voice silenced. Let your peace surround me, let your presence fill me, and let your glory be my solace. Today I choose to obey your will. I will not fall to the enemy's traps. I choose to pursue your presence, to respond to your call. I stand firm in my faith. I throw aside everything that stands between us. I am fully yours, Father, and nothing will ever separate me from your presence. Thank you, for I know you hear my words. Thank you because I know you guard me, even when I can't see it. Thank you for your steadfast faithfulness and supreme sovereignty. I trust in you through Jesus' mighty name. Amen. My child, if this prayer resonates with you, don't leave without giving it a like. It helps this message reach more souls. Share in the comments what was revealed to your spirit today. Your engagement strengthens this faith community and expands this message's reach. Pass this video to someone who truly needs this message. You can be the divine answer in someone's life. If you haven't yet subscribed, click the red button and ring the bell to catch every powerful prayer we share here. My dear one, show your gratitude by liking if this message touched your heart. My beloved, as you journey through life's trials, know that my presence is always with you. I do not watch you from afar, seated among the stars, but live within you, an inseparable part of your very being. Even when your efforts seem to fade into the shadows, when you feel alone in your struggles, every kind deed, every courageous step, and every silent hope resonates with me. Your path might seem ordinary to the world, but to me it is profoundly unique and genuine. Remember those lonely times you worked in silence with unwavering resolve, even when the world seemed not to care? I was there, shaping and empowering you with every stride. Understand that everything I offer comes through immense dedication. When an opportunity arises, you must be bold enough to seize it. When I open a way, it is yours to walk. Each step you take molds the future that lies ahead. Along your journey, you will meet trials and people who test your essence, or circumstances that stretch you to your limits. These challenges are not punishments. They are the tools through which you reveal your true strength. The worth of the climb is measured not by the summit, but by your steadfast determination along the way. Every difficulty you face indicates you are moving towards something significant, something valuable. The size of the battle often mirrors the greatness of the victory ahead. Don't let doubts, whether from within or from others, undermine your conviction. Often, your critics inadvertently confirm the very path I've laid out for you. Their opinions are faint whispers compared to the calling I have for you. Do not let passing hardships derail you. The obstacles are chapters, not the end, in the grand story of your life. Look at those who faced hardships and emerged victorious. They met challenges, endured suffering, and pressed on despite confusion. Their strength grew from relentless perseverance. Continue your journey without fear of critics. Embrace your identity, remembering the source of all creation and the grandeur of nature. I command galaxies and shape landscapes, ensuring that every work of your hands has worth. I stand on unshakable principles, not fleeting whims, and my promises are grounded in unwavering commitment. I outline your path, but you must walk it alongside me. Our collaboration shapes the way forward. Should you stumble on this journey, keep believing. Mistakes are part of the path to growth. Even those who came before you had their faults. I do not expect perfection, only your dedication to progress and learning. As you move forward, remember that your weaknesses don't define your limits. They are simply parts of the vast tapestry that makes you who you are. I chose you not in spite of your flaws, but because through them you can fully experience and share my great love for all things. Wake each morning with determination. Embrace the life set before you, knowing I am perpetually by your side, loving you and cheering you on. The path you walk testifies to my devotion and my unshakable confidence in you. Every action, even the smallest or most overlooked, matters to me. Every move you make is quietly guided by my hand. Stay firm in your belief and let optimism be your ally. Though you pass through valleys and scale hills, do not be discouraged. When the way is unclear or storms loom large, I am the unwavering force that cuts through the shadows, providing constant direction. When you face tough decisions on your travels, you will form bonds that seem destined to last forever. Yet remember, not every relationship is meant to accompany you throughout the entire journey. Treasure them for the season they are given. When friendships change or end, don't lose hope. My everlasting love remains with you. Moving forward often requires letting go of what is familiar. Clinging to old wounds or outdated habits can weigh you down, preventing you from receiving the new gifts each moment brings. Trust that the future holds wondrous experiences, even if you have to leave behind what you once knew. Embrace the thrill of venturing into uncharted territory. There is much yet to be discovered. A refreshing stillness in the desert, a safe haven in the storm, vast landscapes under clear skies. My precious one, tap that like button if these words warmed your heart. When darkness falls, I bring light to show you the path. When you are exhausted and burdened by the weight of the world, remember, you cannot carry yourself through on your own. Just like a mighty tree stands tall only with roots in deep soil, you must draw power from a deeper source. Connect with that divine energy and let it renew you so that you may also uplift others. Knowing when to act and when to rest is true wisdom. Those who endlessly chase without pause risk losing all that truly matters, while those who practice balance, giving freely and receiving with gratitude, find themselves abundantly blessed. Remain vigilant. Do not let fleeting situations, grand or humble, define your self-worth. Both high peaks and low valleys have their significance, yet neither should control your true identity. Your real refuge is in the genuine bond and unwavering support I offer you, far beyond any temporary circumstance. Discard the old thought patterns that only drain your strength. Embrace your burdens, whether from pride or past mistakes. Acknowledge them, and then embark on the path to freedom through humility and truth. I have always cherished your presence, and I do not regret the uniqueness I placed within you. If certain aspects of your life, relationships, or tasks are draining you, consider stepping away from what doesn't uplift you. A meaningful journey lies ahead, one that invites you to truly be yourself without the weight of relentless toil. Recognize your inherent worth. Cast aside the burdens holding you back, allowing yourself to receive my care with open arms. When others criticize you, rise above it by seeking a broader perspective and seeking comfort in the constant wisdom that surrounds you. Negativity diminishes when faced with your steadfast resolve. The distractions you encounter are but temporary obstacles compared to the lasting legacy of faith demonstrated by those who walked before you. Press on with unwavering confidence, knowing the difficulties you face have no real power to overcome you. I never promised your path would be simple or free from trials. I promised to be a constant force, offering you strength each day and hope for the future. With every step, you'll glimpse moments of splendor in adversity, companionship in isolation, and brilliance after darkness. I crafted every part of your being with careful intention, and you are meant to express your uniqueness in ways only you can. Your offerings are unmatched and one of a kind. Stay open to subtle signs of guidance that may come in quiet moments. Even in wariness, a small act of kindness can keep you aligned with your purpose. In these modest exchanges, you'll rediscover the strength and motivation to keep going. At times, your reward will be vast horizons, or the precious feeling of returning to peace after a storm. Though your path may sometimes be shadowed by sorrow or struggle, remember these experiences can be transformed by the profound wellspring of goodness that continually supports you. Soon, the weariness and burden you feel will become a sense of wholeness, Recall that to give is not just to offer a gift, but a piece of your heart. This openness helps others and also signifies a vital milestone in your personal growth. Whenever you show compassion and offer what you have to those around you, you start a powerful ripple of support and understanding that can truly change lives. Each generous act brightens the world and resonates with the grand design I have for you. In doing so, you show that a noble spirit can touch hearts and spread waves of compassion throughout the community. Have faith that every action, no matter how small, weaves into a magnificent tapestry of kindness and encouragement. I urge you to share and believe that by living with such transparency, you embody the heart of compassion and unity destined for you from the very beginning. My cherished one, let this message lift others. Offer this video to 3 people who might feel low. My beloved, hear my words with reverence. I have plans for you, plans that will lead you to victory and unshakable hope. The time of transformation is coming soon. You will see your desires fulfilled, and an outpouring of blessings will reach you. Significant changes are on the horizon, sudden and forceful, like a mighty wind. Embrace these changes, for I am the force behind them. I am here to lift you from difficult times and give you solid ground. What lies ahead is magnificent, shifting from mere survival to unimaginable abundance. From lack, you will move into plenty, swiftly bringing not just wealth, but security and opportunities that go beyond finances. I will awaken your inner strength and lead you to flourish. I have prepared this gift, knowing the trials you faced have built your resilience and deepened your faith. Your steadfastness in dark times proves how anchored you are to what truly matters. The groundwork is set for you to see glorious results, and you will remain calm. Cast aside any fear or doubt that tries to convince you this is beyond reality. Fellow seekers of God, are you ready for a deeper relationship with our Savior? Press join and explore inspired teachings in a loving community. Let us walk this road together, discovering new depths of faith and eternal hope. Amen. My dear child, stop for a moment. Just one moment. What you are about to hear may shift something within you. It may challenge your beliefs, awaken what you've ignored, or stir your soul in an unexpected way. But I ask you, do not look away. You have gone through life carrying questions, some buried so deeply you don't even speak them aloud anymore. You wonder why things are the way they are, why suffering persists, why your prayers sometimes seem unanswered, and why hope can feel as if it's slipping through your fingers like sand. But today, I need you to listen, because the answer is closer than you think. There are forces in this world that want you distracted, numbed, and too busy to sense a deeper reality around you. Right now, I need your undivided attention. This isn't just another message, it's a wake-up call, a moment that could redefine how you see everything. My dear child, it will shake your reality. Will you listen? My beloved, if you long for the Lord's abundant blessings, respond with, "Yes, I need," in the comments below. When I speak of shaking your reality, I don't mean destruction. I speak of revelation, of opening your eyes to truths you might have feared facing or been too distracted to notice. I'm not here to sow fear or chaos for its own sake. No, I'm here to peel back the familiar layers and show you the depth, beauty, and purpose that lie beyond what you have known. So many of my children live on autopilot. They settle into routines and shallow ways of thinking. They carry burdens not meant for them and believe lies that were never meant to define them. They hold on to old wounds and false identities, building their lives on foundations that can't withstand the test of time. But I am calling you to more, calling you to step into the reality I created for you, one rooted in my truth, my promises, and my love. The world around you is not as it appears. Underneath the surface of daily life, a spiritual battle rages, one most people overlook until it's too late. Every disappointment, every creeping doubt, every fearful moment that paralyzes you is not random or coincidental. The enemy of your soul wants to keep you distracted, convinced that your struggles are meaningless and that you're alone. but I have fought for you from the moment you drew your first breath. You are not just another person passing through time. You are mine, and I placed my hand upon you. The reality you see with your eyes is only a fraction of what truly exists. There is a higher purpose for you, a divine plan unfolding, even when you cannot see it. But to step into that purpose, you must be ready to open your eyes, recognize the battle, understand your worth, and claim the victory already won for you. Beloved, part of this means confronting uncomfortable truths. There are parts of your heart I long to heal, but healing requires exposing what's hidden. It means addressing the pain, doubts, and fears you've suppressed. It means letting me shine my light into the dark corners so I can cleanse them and make them new. Do not fear this shaking. Do not run from it. I am the Lord your God, and my plans for you are good. I do not bring turmoil to break you, but to build you. Listen closely to my voice in this moment. When you let me remove what is false, you make room for what is real and life-giving. You create space for my spirit to move in ways you never imagined. My dear friend, if this message stirred something in your heart, kindly give it a like, my child. I see the restlessness in your soul. You try to fill the void with success, relationships, or endless distractions, but nothing satisfies that deeper hunger. The world cannot fill a space meant only for me. You were never made to walk alone, yet you have wandered farther than you realize. You've muffled my voice with the noise of your own plans, worries, and fears. Now you feel lost, disconnected, and unsure where to turn. But I have never left your side. Even in your silence, I have been speaking. Even in your wandering, I have been calling your name. A time comes in every soul's journey when the illusion of control breaks. Despite all your attempts, you realize you can't fix everything, can't heal every wound, can't outrun the emptiness inside. This is that moment. It's when I ask you to stop running, to stop pretending, to stop carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours. I know the wounds you carry, moments that broke you, people who betrayed you, dreams that slipped away. I know the questions that haunt you at night, the ones you don't say out loud. But here's the truth that will shake your reality. You were never meant to bear this pain alone. I have been waiting for you to return, to realize that no amount of earthly success, no human love, no temporary pleasure can replace what your soul truly craves, a relationship with me. You don't have all the time in the world to decide who you will be. Each moment, each choice, each thought shapes your destiny. You can ignore this and return to your routine, but deep down you know the truth. This world is temporary. Eternity is real. Your soul is priceless, and the battle for it is happening right now. You were made for more than mere survival. You were created for a higher purpose. I won't force you to listen. Love can't be forced. But I will keep calling, keep knocking on the door of your heart, hoping you'll finally open it. When you do, my child, everything will change. Beloved child, let this uplifting message shine on. Share it with up to 3 hearts needing a bit of hope. I don't want you to live another day in confusion, emptiness, or doubt. I am inviting you into something greater, a life of meaning, peace, and knowing you are fully loved, fully seen, and fully understood. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just bring me your heart, however broken or guarded. Bring me your pain, questions, and fears. Lay them before me and watch as I begin to heal what you thought was beyond repair. This is not just a message, it's an invitation. Will you accept it, my beloved? I will be with you every step of the way. I know the path ahead may feel uncertain, but I am your guide, your shield, your source of strength. As your reality shifts and changes, I remain constant. I will not let you fall. My love will hold you, my peace will protect you, and my truth will sustain you. So I say again, listen carefully. Stay with this message until the end. Absorb it entirely, trusting I have a purpose in each word. You are not alone. I am right here, holding you through the shaking, steadying you as you step into a reality rooted in my unchanging love. Now that you've heard this, you can't unhear it. Now that you remember the truth, you must decide. Will you ignore it, push it away and pretend nothing has changed, or will you take this moment, this wake-up call, and step into something new? I am waiting, my child. The door is open. Will you walk through it? Dear child, please consider supporting our mission by clicking Buy Me a Coffee. Your generous help allows us to continue sharing God's Word on YouTube. We deeply appreciate every contribution. My dear one, be cautious and avoid the snare. Pay close attention. Today I have called you for a significant purpose. You did not arrive here by chance. I need your undivided attention until the end, for what I am about to reveal can save you from a dangerous trap, one that has already led many of my children to downfall, often without their awareness. Have you ever been on the brink of victory, only to have something intervene, causing you to surrender? When you desire more of me, challenges appear, distractions arise, or doubts flood your thought. Yet, my child, this is no coincidence. Beware, it's a trap. If you let your guard down, you may end up ensnared. Today, I will enlighten you about the hidden truths unfolding in the spiritual realm. I will uncover how the adversary tries to keep you from the abundant blessings I have prepared. Listen closely. If you stay with me until the end, a wonderful surprise awaits you, something to empower you, guide you, and ensure your victory in this battle. Only those who persevere to the very end will receive the reward. My dear one, remain steadfast. Let no distraction pull you away. Pay attention, for I am about to share something that can transform your life. Are you ready? Write in the comments, Master, change the course of my life. Observe this trap before you. It arrives silently without heavy shackles or obvious signs. It is subtle and hidden. Many of my children have become entangled without ever suspecting it. That is why I stand before you now, to illuminate the way. The enemy is cunning. He does not appear with horns and a weapon declaring his intent to destroy you. No, he deceives, disguises, and often uses harmless-looking things. He can manipulate people, circumstances, and even your own thoughts to lure you into his snare. Have you noticed how suddenly your faith in me seems to fade for no apparent reason? How daily routines consume you until you delay prayer, promising yourself, I'll get to it later? Or how a small seed of doubt grows until your once strong faith has all but vanished? This is deliberate. This is a trap. The enemy doesn't need to push you headlong into temptation, just as a subtle downward slope. He knows that if he is too direct, you'll notice and resist. Instead, he weaves little distractions into your daily life. He drains your energy until you think, I'll skip praying today. I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. He clouds your mind with worries, and before you realize it, you haven't sat with my word for days. He toys with your emotions, making you feel unworthy. At first, it seems like ordinary life, just being busy, needing rest, or going through a hard phase. But in truth, you're drifting. You're snared without knowing it. My dear one, how often have you felt this? How often have you sensed your faith slipping away and couldn't pinpoint why? The enemy wants to subtly carve a gap between us while you remain oblivious. He won't strike you with dramatic misfortune. Instead, he chips away with small excuses, distractions, and rationalizations. But today, I call you again. I reveal the snare so you will remain unharmed. Stay alert and fully aware. If anything distances you from my presence, no matter how small, be cautious. A tiny detour can eventually lead you far off course. So I ask, are you ready to awaken? Are you ready to fight against this trap that seeks to remove you from my side? If so, rise up, strengthen your faith, and let nothing come between us. Declare in the comments, I choose to stand with the divine. The adversary does not appear as a monster to devour you. He does not arrive with open threats or blaring alarms that say, I'm here to destroy you, because he knows you would run. Instead, he is subtle. He knows your weaknesses and how to manipulate them. He never offers what appears blatantly harmful. He knows if he shows you pain directly, you'll cling to me. Instead, he offers what looks appealing, opportunities that sparkle but are actually traps, flattering words, hiding poison, or paths that appear to make life easier but ultimately pull you away from my true purpose. How many times have you stumbled upon something that seemed harmless at first, only to realize later it became a significant stumbling block. A small indulgence you thought was innocent, but that lured you away from me. A relationship that seemed beneficial but ultimately created distance between us. A route that seemed convenient but veered you from your real calling. The adversary uses whatever will captivate your eyes, tug at your emotions, or appeal to your logical mind. He leads you step by step into his territory. He captures you gradually. First, he plants the thought that there's no harm in it. Then he reasons God will understand. It's what everyone does. In that moment, you find yourself caught. This was the story in the Garden of Eden. The serpent didn't simply command Eve to disobey God and lose everything. He offered the fruit as something desirable, beautiful to look at, tempting, and a source of knowledge. But that fruit was a trap. The enemy used something appealing to unleash ruin. Today, he is repeating the same pattern. He wants you to see wrong as merely a small decision. He wants you to think that distancing yourself from me is no big deal. But I implore you, open your eyes. Not everything that glimmers is my light. Not all that sparkles is gold. You must develop sharp discernment. My precious child, if this message has touched you, indicate so with a like. My child, listen for my guidance before you choose a path. Before you jump into what seems harmless, ask me first. I am your creator, and I will lead you to greatness. If anything draws you from me, even if it looks appealing, it isn't from me. What truly comes from me will empower, uplift, and bring peace to your soul. What comes from the enemy may start pleasantly, but will ultimately become bitter. Comment: I choose what comes from the divine. Not everything that's fast, direct, or easy comes from me. I value growth, process, and maturity. The enemy, however, is skilled at offering shortcuts that seem too good to be true, leading to spiritual downfall. Have you ever come across something that seems almost unreal? Effortlessly solving problems, free of struggle or cost. The enemy knows if he shows you difficulty up front, you will resist. So he approaches differently, offering what looks like an easy path, giving you your heart's desires with no struggle or thought, leaving no time for discernment. But my child, be careful. Not every easy thing is from me. Look at my chosen ones in Scripture. Many faced hardship. Joseph endured prison before reaching the palace. David fought giants and faced trials before becoming king. Moses traversed the desert before entering the promised land. I always prepare the hearts of my people before I bless them mightily. Promises without the foundation of readiness lead to disaster. Yet the enemy tempts you with outcomes that have no roots, fleeting triumphs that turn to dust, momentary highs that end in heartbreak. My child, if everything appears too simple, proceed with caution. If something arrives without testing or effort, consult me first. In my plan, difficulties often shape you. When the enemy orchestrates a shortcut, it looks deceptively easy, no immediate price. But life with me isn't about chasing comfort. It's about embracing a higher purpose, which isn't always the simplest path. The most direct road isn't always best, and not every open door leads to life. The easiest choice isn't always mine. In the midst of your journey, you will face obstacles, yet these very challenges strengthen you. So I ask you today, do you only want what is handed to you without effort? Or do you desire what truly comes from me, even if it involves perseverance? Do you want the easy path that diverts you from your destiny, or will you choose the one I have set, which may require struggle but leads to genuine growth? Remember, if something arrives with no challenge, pause and seek me. I will show you the truth. For my plan is not just to bless you, but to make you stronger. Write in the comments, I embrace the divine path. Son, my cherished soul, be a vessel of grace. Your super thanks fuels our mission to spread God's truth to every heart. Together, we shine divine blessings upon all. Pay close attention to the heaviness you feel, that urge to give up, that sense that nothing matters anymore. It's more than just weariness or a rough patch. This is spiritual warfare. Discouragement is not natural. It's a weapon of the enemy to keep you from the destiny I have prepared for you. The adversary knows that a person who has lost hope will not fight, pray or pursue their dreams. He knows that if he can extinguish the flame inside you, make you feel weak, confused, or alone, you will abandon the journey I set before you. But hear me clearly, you are never alone. I see you, and I feel what you feel. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But understand this great truth. The war you face is not merely in the physical realm, it is spiritual. The adversary aims to stop you because he knows that if you keep going, monumental changes are just ahead. Have you noticed how discouragement intensifies right when you draw near to a blessing or choose to seek me? Suddenly you feel a weariness you've never felt before, or a nagging voice says it's all meaningless. That is strategic. Discouragement is among the enemy's most potent weapons. He doesn't need to destroy you if he can simply make you give up. He doesn't have to steal your promise if he can convince you it's unreachable. If he can get you to let go of your faith, stop trying, and abandon your pursuit. But I tell you, nothing is in vain. Every prayer you've prayed has been heard. Every tear you've cried, I have collected. Every struggle you've endured, I have seen. I am a faithful God, and I always fulfill my promises. If I said I would do it, I will. But you have to hold on. You have to rise again, even when you're weary. When you feel you can't go on, lift your eyes to me. I am your strength, your comfort, and the power holding you up. Pay no attention to the enemy's lies. Refuse to make discouragement your home. It's an attack, but you are armed and ready. Your weapon is your faith. When you feel discouraged, stand up and pursue me all the more. When you're tired, worship. When doubts come, declare my promises over your life. There is no force that can defeat a heart steadfast in faith. The enemy cannot uproot one firmly planted in me. Today, my child, I ask, will you accept this discouragement, or will you rise above it? I'm here, urging you not to quit, for something great lies ahead. If you stop now, you'll miss the wonders I've set aside for you. Stand firm and declare you are unstoppable. Trust in my presence, for the one who endures to the end will be victorious. Post in the comments, I will not give up. My strength is from the Lord. Beloved little one, we welcome you. Subscribe and journey with us for messages that warm your heart. My dear one, listen closely. Not every piece of advice comes from me. Not every voice that seems profound carries truth. Not every well-meaning word aligns with the grand design I have for your life. The enemy knows your path is shaped by the voices that guide you. He knows words have power, that a single suggestion can change your entire direction. He disguises himself in the form of counsel, using even those close to you to sow doubts, prompting you to mistrust what I've revealed to you. Think of Eve in the garden. The serpent only needed to ask, did God really say? Planting a subtle seed of doubt. That one question changed the course of everything. The same tactic continues now. He surrounds you with people who ask, is there really a purpose for your life? Is this battle worth it? Are your dreams too big? If it was truly from God, wouldn't it have happened by now? Such phrases may sound harmless at first, but they erode your faith. Piece by piece, you begin to question what you once knew. You waver on a path you once believed was certain, and before you realize it, you're somewhere you never intended to be. My precious child, brighten someone's day. Share this video with a heart that needs inspiration. My child, listen carefully. No outside voice should dictate your decisions. You must learn discernment. Not everyone who speaks about me truly carries my essence. Not every teaching that sounds deep is actually true. Not all opinions deserve your ear. Remember, some voices aim to divert you from your real calling. Some people seem powerful, yet their words lack genuine insight. Some so-called wisdom is rooted in fear, doubt, and uncertainty. So I ask, who shapes your decisions? Whose voice guides your mind? Whose counsel are you seeking? If the voice leads you away from me, ignore it. If it fills you with fear, reject it. If it stirs up chaos in your spirit, step back. My voice brings clarity, not confusion. It empowers, leads, and lifts you up. If someone's words hold you back, discourage you, or distance you from me, dismiss them. Today I urge you, stop listening to deceptive whispers. Focus on my voice again. Ask me for guidance before you make any move. Ask me before you accept someone's advice. I am your shepherd, and I will never lead you astray. Now I ask, will you listen to the world's whispers or to my call? The choice is before you. The decision is in your hands. I choose to heed the divine call, my child. The adversary does not need a sudden blow to shatter your faith. He does not have to remove you from my presence abruptly. He knows that if he strikes too forcefully, you will notice and push back. Instead, he moves subtly, luring your attention toward trivial things that appear harmless at first, yet gradually drain your focus, time, and desire to seek me. Have you ever noticed how, just when you decide to connect with the divine, something invariably happens? A notification on your phone, a message, or a reminder of a pending task that demands your immediate attention? Have you observed how your mind becomes crowded with worries whenever you intend to engage with me? This is intentional. It is a tactic employed by the adversary. He knows that by keeping you busy, distracted, and absorbed in countless matters, you will lack the time to connect with me. Without me, your faith weakens. In my absence, he can manipulate you more easily. Sometimes the enemy's distractions may even look beneficial. Yet without proper discipline, those very things begin to occupy the place that belongs to me. Your work can be a distraction. Your social circles can be a distraction. Your hobbies, your relationships, even your loved ones can consume so much of your life that you set me aside. Beloved family in Christ, step forward into the light of Jesus' eternal love. Choose to join with others who cherish His word and presence. Together, we will nurture our faith and shine His light for all to see. I ask you, my child, when was the last time we truly spent time together, unhurried, undisturbed, and fully present with each other? When was the last time you entered a moment of pure devotion, free from the constraints of time, unburdened by the cares of the day, and untouched by the chaos around you? The adversary wants you to remain blind to the reality of how distant you have become from me. He wants you to believe all is fine, that your faith is intact, but gradually, your heart no longer senses my presence as it once did. Today I decree this. Do not allow distractions to ensnare you and rob me of what is rightfully mine. I am the source of your strength. I am the force that sustains you. I alone can fill the void that no diversion can touch. You may have it all. You might be surrounded by people and busy with endless activities, yet without my presence, you will never find true peace. Today, I call you to return to my presence. Dedicate even a brief moment to be fully immersed in me, with your attention fixed solely on me. I desire to speak with you, to rekindle your faith and restore your strength. But for this to happen, you must silence the distractions and fix your gaze on me. The choice is yours. Continue letting distractions lead you astray, or decide to seek my presence as you once did. What will you do? Write in the comments, I will focus on the divine, a burden not yours to carry. My child, I see what lies within you, what nobody else can see. You have been weighed down by a deep sorrow, a weariness that is more than physical. There is a battle within you, a storm that feels overwhelming, as if you are grappling with something you cannot fully comprehend. You try to move forward and remain strong, yet an invisible weight saps your strength. What you are experiencing is more than mere fatigue. It is a profound spiritual struggle. There is warfare all around you, and you stand at the heart of it. Your adversary wants to immobilize you. He aims to rob you of your peace and place upon you a weight you were never meant to carry. But today, I have come to tell you this burden is not yours. Much of what you feel is the reverberation of battles fought in realms beyond your sight, a grand struggle between light and darkness, between faith and fear. The closer you come to your calling, the harder the adversary will try to make you give up. This burden can manifest in different ways. Sometimes an inexplicable heaviness descends, a discouragement that appears suddenly. Sometimes it takes the form of a deep sorrow or emptiness, an aching tightness in the heart that you cannot explain. But I assure you, this is not from me. I am not a God of oppression. I am a God of freedom. The adversary wants you to believe this burden is normal, that it is just part of life, and you must adapt. I command you, reject it. You were made to transcend limitations. You were not made to bear a weight I have already lifted at the cross. My dearest child, keep hope alive. Share this message with up to 3 loved ones who need an uplifting word. If you feel this overwhelming burden, now is the time to fight, not in your own strength, but in mine. I have given you spiritual tools. I have given you authority. When you kneel in prayer, the foundations of chaos tremble. When you call upon me, chains are broken. My child, you do not stand alone in this fight. I stand beside you. Though the burden is heavy, I am stronger than it all. Though oppression is fierce, my power exceeds it. Though your adversaries try to confine you, I am the one who sets you free. Now I ask you, will you keep carrying this weight, or will you entrust it to me? I am here, waiting for your surrender, anticipating your call, yearning for your trust. Lay all your anxieties, fears, and burdens upon me. Stand up now. Embrace your victory with unwavering confidence. Declare that this weight no longer has power over you. I am your strength, your comfort, your freedom. Post in the comments, I entrust everything to a higher power. When fear disguises itself as wisdom, my child, pay attention. Fear has cloaked itself in the robe of caution to deceive you. The adversary knows he does not need to lead you astray in a single moment. Immobilizing you is enough to claim victory. By masking fear in convincing phrases and logical-sounding arguments, he entices you to think you are being wise, when in reality, you are ensnared. How often have you heard your own mind whisper doubts like, perhaps it's not the right time? What if everything goes wrong? What if I try and fail? Patience will bring greater rewards. These thoughts can sound logical and even wise, but they are invisible shackles. The adversary wants you to stay still, to overthink, to dissect every detail until you never move forward in the calling already placed on your life. True wisdom comes from me. I guide you to move prudently, to learn, and to wait when necessary. But when caution masquerades as wisdom, it breeds doubt and causes you to miss the opportunities I have prepared for you. Remember Moses. When I called him to deliver my people, he claimed he was powerless and not a good speaker. Those excuses were not born of wisdom. They were born of fear. Recall Gideon. I chose him, yet he questioned whether he had the strength. He saw himself as weak and unworthy. He sought more signs, more confirmation, and more time. What he truly needed was faith. So I ask you now, what is holding you back? Are you labeling as caution what is actually fear? Are you perpetually waiting when you already have what you need to begin? My child, I am with you. If I have called you, I will lift you up. If I have placed a vision within you, I will carve out the path with my own hand. Embrace learning without fear of failure. Do not fear people's opinions. As you journey with me, even your mistakes will become stepping stones toward growth. Share this message with someone who needs an extra push. Break the cycle of fear. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, for now is the time to move. Stop hiding your inaction behind pleasant-sounding justifications. When I stand beside you, nothing can hold you back. Rise up, embrace this journey, and believe what I say about you. Write in the comments, I'm going to move forward because I am unstoppable. Avoiding false shortcuts. My child, hear me clear out leads to the best destination. Not every quick solution is the wisest, and not every open door is from me. The enemy is cunning, and one of his strongest weapons is presenting you with enticing shortcuts that appear harmless, but ultimately lead to disaster. Have you noticed that whenever you stand on the brink of a breakthrough, a promise, or a significant transformation, a seemingly easier alternative appears? A route that promises less effort and more immediate results? However, I tell you now, not everything that looks good originates from my hand. Yes, the serpent offered Adam and Eve a shortcut. He suggested they could be divine without obedience, that they could achieve greatness without following the path I set. That shortcut led them to ruin. The adversary presented Jesus with a shortcut in the wilderness. Bow down, and I will give you all the kingdoms of the world." Yet I had already promised the nations to Jesus. The adversary dared to offer a path devoid of sacrifice, free from the cross and lacking obedience, but the cost would have been everything. Today, he still tempts you with so-called easier options, quick fixes in relationships, shady paths in finances, shortcuts on your spiritual journey, trying to convince you that you can have your desires without the necessary growth I have ordained. But every shortcut from the enemy exacts a price. He shows you the initial thrill, but hides the long-term consequences. He highlights the immediate gain, but conceals the trap that follows. Grasp this, my child. I am a God of process. I value every step of your journey. I will never give you a blessing before its proper time, nor place a burden on you before you're prepared to carry it. What I have for you will come in perfect timing, without shortcuts or deception. Embracing the enemy's shortcut may make you feel like you have arrived faster, but you will soon realize what you sacrificed was far greater than any quick gain. So I ask you, will you trust my timing, or will you succumb to the urgency the adversary stirs in your heart? Will you stay the course I set before you, or will you take the detour that looks easier, yet leads you astray from my purpose? Do not exchange what I offer for an empty promise from the adversary. Never trade your faith, your integrity, or your calling for fleeting temptations that result in downfall. Choose belief in me. Embrace the journey I have prepared for you. Leave a comment, "I embrace the divine journey." Have you been forgotten? My child, I see your heart. You have prayed, you have waited, and as time passes without open doors, you wonder if I have forgotten you. When silence grows louder than my voice, doubt seeps in. You ask, have I been overlooked by God? Today, I want you to understand a profound truth. My children are always on my mind. I always hear a sincere prayer. I always watch those who seek me. I always rise to act on behalf of those who trust in me. The delay you experience is not neglect, it is my purposeful process. Think of Joseph. I gave him a dream, a calling, a promise. Yet he spent years in slavery and prison. He might have thought I had abandoned him, but in truth, I was orchestrating everything. Joseph needed to learn servanthood before he could lead with wisdom. That period of waiting was a time of preparation. Think of Abraham. I promised him a son. As years passed and silence continued, that promise seemed distant. Yet when the time was right, everything fell into place, and I fulfilled what I had pledged. Recall David. I chose him to be king when he was just a shepherd boy. Yet before he wore the crown, he faced giants and injustice. Why? That season molded his character and taught him dependence on me, essential for leading well. My child, what you are going through now is not abandonment. It is a journey. I am shaping you, strengthening you, and teaching you. I would rather not give you a blessing too soon, only to watch it become a burden. Prepare to receive what I have stored up for you. Waiting can be hard. You may feel weary, frustrated, or question the value of persistence. But I tell you, it is absolutely worth it. If you glimpsed what I am preparing, you would see that every moment of waiting weaves into a tapestry grander than you can imagine. I am a God who keeps his word. I am unstoppable. If I declare my intention, trust that it will be fulfilled, but only when the time is perfect, so the result is lasting and not empty. Do not let silence diminish your faith in my love. Even if you cannot see my hand as you wish, I have not forgotten you. Even if the answers are not what you expect right now, it does not mean I am not in control. At the perfect moment, I will speak and act, revealing the significance of the waiting. It is not meant to break you, but to lift you higher. So I ask, will you trust me even when you do not see? Will you believe my promises even when time seems frozen? Share in the comments. I trust in divine timing. The power in my child. I know that silence can be terrifying. Sometimes you reach out, longing for guidance, and all that returns is a deep quiet. You wonder, why is God not answering me? It can feel like your prayers bounce back from the walls of your room, as though I have distanced myself from you. I want to reveal a truth that will change how you see these silent moments. My silence is not my absence. Even when I am silent, I am working. There are battles I fight quietly. There are processes I allow to empower you. There are truths you are not ready to receive yet. Your faith must be proven by reliance, not only by sight or sound. Remember when my disciples were in a boat during a storm and I was asleep? In their darkest hour, they believed they would perish. Yet I was right there in the boat with them. I had not abandoned them. I was teaching them a deeper faith, showing them that even in silence, I am always in control. Recall Job. He wept and suffered, and for a time I did not speak. Yet my silence was not dismissal. I was orchestrating his ultimate restoration. Think of Lazarus. When his sisters called for me, I did not come immediately. It seemed like I had ignored them. But when I arrived, I did not merely heal Lazarus. I raised him from the dead. Can you trust me, my child, even in the silence? Can you believe I am working even when nothing seems to be happening? My voice is more than words. Sometimes my silence speaks louder than a quick answer. Sometimes it teaches you lessons that an immediate reply could never convey. Sometimes it is proof that I am unfolding something monumental beyond your current understanding. Do not let worry or doubt eclipse your faith in my love. Even if you cannot feel me as you wish, I have not abandoned you. Even if you do not have all the answers, I am still in control. When the time is right, I will speak and move, and you will see that my silence had a purpose, to elevate you, not to break you. So I ask, will you trust me even in my silence? Share in the comments. I have unwavering faith, even in silence. Beware of false light. My child, heed my words. Not everything that glitters is from me. Not every pleasant voice speaks truth, and not every outstretched hand intends to help. Like and share the video if you have trust in the words of the God. Subscribe to the channel if you love Jesus. The enemy often appears not as a menace, but as a friend, cloaked in light, compassion, friendship, and seemingly wise counsel. Yet a hidden darkness lurks beneath. One of the adversary's greatest deceptions is not raw oppression, but presenting falsehood as truth. He appears with flattering words and promises that seem wonderful, but mask a lethal trap. Recall Eden. The serpent never forced Eve. It only spoke. Through words, poison seeped into her heart. The adversary did not keep her from entering the garden. He convinced her that something greater lay beyond my command. Even now, the enemy surrounds you with people who seem friendly, yet put distance between us. He offers relationships that look like blessings, but erode your faith. He elevates voices that echo my name, yet twist truth. Some claim to follow me, but do not live according to my heart. I urge you to awaken your discernment, my child. Not every embrace is genuine. Not every encouraging word guides you to the right path. Some may pretend to be children of the light, but harbor darkness within. There are those who speak my name, yet have no intention of doing my will. Some approach you not to uplift you, but to drain your spirit. You must see beyond appearances. Before you put your trust in anyone, seek my voice. Look deeper than words or outer appearances. I know the genuine from the false. Do not be deceived. The enemy uses people, weaving empty promises and sweet enticements that lure you away. Ultimately, he wants to separate you from me, not just by leading you into error, but by sowing doubt in your heart, stealing your faith. Today I say, be on guard, stand strong, reject fleeting ideas that might pull you away from me. Shun advice that appears wise yet does not align with my word. Do not trust someone simply because they speak about me. Look at the fruit in their life. Observe their testimony. Discern their essence. Those who are truly mine will radiate light, not just in words, but in action. Now I ask, who has guided your path? Have you sought genuine wisdom or relied only on what you see? Today is the day to awaken. Cast aside what only seems bright but is in fact darkness. Write in the comments, I choose the true light of the divine, the battle within. My child, the fiercest battle you face is not around you but within you. It is not in your circumstances, challenges, or external obstacles. It is inside your own mind that the adversary first strikes. He can win without lifting a weapon if he captivates your thoughts. He needs no visible chains if he binds you internally. Have you noticed how easily thoughts can slip in, sometimes without you realizing? A single suggestion can become a question that immobilizes you. You start out strong and confident, and suddenly doubt creeps in. What if it doesn't work? What if God doesn't speak? What if I'm not capable? What if I'm alone? These thoughts are not from me. I would never make you doubt my power. I would never plant fear in your mind. The adversary knows that once he sows these thoughts, eventually you might live them out. The mind is the battlefield. With Eve, he merely planted a question. Did God really say? That alone was enough to change everything. With Elijah, after mighty victories, he heard Jezebel's threat and thought, it's over. I am doomed. This mighty prophet who called fire from heaven was suddenly paralyzed by fear. The enemy does not need to bar you from entering the church. He doesn't need to stop you from hearing my word. He only needs to fill your thoughts with fear, doubt, and unrest. That alone will drive you away from me. Today I give you this profound truth. You are not obliged to entertain every thought that appears in your mind. You can question your feeling. You have the power to decide where to focus. You can cast away lies and embrace my truth. My word declares, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your thoughts shape your world. When you start seeing through my perspective, rejecting lies and embracing my reality, the enemy's hold weakens. Beloved child, let this word lift you today. Share it with up to 3 people who need encouragement. I ask, what have you allowed to dwell in your mind? Have you been feeding on my truth or on the lies the enemy whispers? Are your thoughts filled with fear, or do you choose faith? The greatest battle is inside, overcome by embracing my word, not the deception of fear. Now say in the comments, I reject the enemy's lies and embrace the divine truth, treading carefully in relationships. My child, not everyone who seeks your company is sent by me. Not every friendship brims with grace. Not every encouraging word carries truth, and not every embrace radiates warmth. The enemy often disguises himself as an ally. He may come smiling with words of praise and noble-sounding intentions, yet underneath he plots your downfall. Consider Judas. He was close to Jesus, walked with him, witnessed miracles, and heard my teachings. Yet in his heart, betrayal took root. Think of Delilah, who feigned love for Samson, yet delivered him to his enemies. This has happened to countless souls throughout history and continues today. My child, I created you to be loving, forgiving, and a bright light in this world. But I also call you to be watchful. Some people may come near simply to drain your energy. Some speak of me but have no interest in your well-being. Some proclaim loyalty but harbor hidden agendas. Be vigilant. Words alone can be deceiving. The enemy can imitate the appearance of good but can never produce genuine fruit. I want you to be free from doubt, but I also want you to have sound judgment. Learn to see beyond superficial charm, fine words, and quick impressions. Seek my voice before you expose your soul. My love is everlasting, a covenant I refuse to break. Whenever you feel uncertain, let these words settle in your heart. I am treasured by the one who fashioned the galaxies. This truth forms the core of your identity. You are not a random occurrence, nor are you a mistake. You are part of my greater story, a narrative I continue to craft with perfect intention. Embrace your identity as my beloved, and let it define every choice, every interaction, and every dream. My child, I rejoice over you with affection, and there is no limit to my devotion. Receive all of this now. Embrace my words as seeds planted in the fertile soil of your spirit. Let them grow, nurtured by trust and watered by daily prayer. Carry them in your thoughts as you go about your tasks. Speak them aloud when you need to remind yourself who I am and who you are in me. Savor them in moments of reflection. You are not alone, and you are not powerless. My presence is your assurance. Lift your head, for I am the lifter of your spirit. Walk boldly, for I am your guide. Love deeply, for I have loved you with an unbreakable bond. Keep these promises close to your heart, for they are my covenant with you, sealed by my own faithfulness. I am strengthening you this very hour. Let go of any lingering doubt and allow your soul to rest in my eternal embrace. You may have felt overwhelmed, but I, your maker, have a reservoir of courage ready to pour into you. Open your heart wide, for I am filling you with wisdom that surpasses human reasoning. Open your life wide, for I am arranging opportunities that align with your destiny. The trials you have endured are becoming testimonies of my sustaining power. The tears you cried are becoming streams of empathy that enable you to comfort others. Every chapter of your story has value. None is wasted. Together, we will move forward, advancing from strength to strength, from faith to greater faith, and from love to deeper love. I bless you now with vision to see beyond the immediate. I bless you with stamina to continue even when the road is hard. I bless you with a softened heart that remains teachable. I bless you with supernatural peace that guards your mind from turmoil. Stand confident in my promises, which never fail. Every day, return to these truths. Feed your spirit with them, and watch as your life transforms in ways that bring me glory and fill you with indescribable joy. Receive my presence, my dear one. Let it guide you, heal you, and empower you to live in the fullness of the grace I have placed upon you. My child, the time for breakthroughs has arrived. I have stored up goodness for you and release it in perfect measure at precisely the right moment. Maintain your faith. Lift your face toward the endless horizon of my possibilities, and do not shrink back in fear. I am the one who has spoken, and I will bring my word to pass. I am honored when you believe in me wholeheartedly, and I will not disappoint a heart that trusts in my integrity. My will is to bless, strengthen, and uplift you, forming a testimony of renewal that radiates in a world longing for hope. Yes, beloved soul, let these words take root. You are mine, and I am forever yours. Hold fast to this hope. Cherish this intimacy we share, for it is the wellspring of life. Open your hands now, releasing every burden into my keeping. Take on my peace and my rest, then rise with fresh resolve to conquer every challenge with patience, faith, and love. When you see obstacles, remember my power is greater. When you sense doubt, recall my unwavering faithfulness. When you feel alone, remember I have promised to be with you always. Let your life be a demonstration of what my grace can do in a willing heart. Be encouraged, for I am here, speaking to you, filling you with assurance. Nothing is impossible for me. I affirm all that is good and true in you. Let your focus remain on what is pure, honorable, and praiseworthy. Release your worries into my vast ocean of care. Focus on my light that illuminates your path. Stand in awe of the transformation I have already brought about in you and anticipate even greater wonders to come. Let your soul breathe in the sweetness of my presence. In every step, I am guiding you, sheltering you, and revealing my power in the most tender ways. You are never forsaken and never without hope. I declare this over you. You are victorious through my love. You are destined for growth. You are sealed by my promise. Let these truths be the anthem of your soul, now and forever. If you look around at the world and sense the heaviness that burdens many hearts, perhaps you feel it too. Remember, I am the lifter of your head, infusing you with serenity when chaos surrounds you. Let your spirit open wide so my perfect peace can flow in, subduing fear and establishing a foundation of steady trust. This peace is more than a fleeting emotion. It is an enduring anchor keeping you safe amid life's changes. When you learn to live in this calm, no wave of adversity can overpower you. Reflect on your journey so far, on the growth you have experienced and the transformations taking place within, even in moments when you believe little has changed. Indeed, I am always at work, cultivating my purposes in you. Rest securely in my love, and you will see the fullness of my plan unfold in due time. I have been shaping you through quiet, subtle turns, preparing your heart to receive deeper wisdom. You are far more resilient than you realize, and that resilience is not yours alone. It is formed by my presence within you. Each day you choose to trust, you strengthen the bond between us. You may not always feel it, but an unseen work is unfolding in your soul. Continue opening yourself to my influence, and you will discover you can stand firm through challenges that once intimidated you. I know fears can still arise, whispering that nothing will ever change or that you are not qualified for the tasks ahead. Yet I am with you, ready to dismantle those illusions. Often the greatest breakthroughs occur when my children learn to silence anxiety and embrace the truth of my promises. My promises are never empty. I do not speak casually when I vow to sustain you, guide you, and lift you out of despair. Every declaration I have made stands unshaken by the world's uncertainties. Build your life on these words, confident that you stand on solid ground. Whenever doubt arises, use my words of hope as a shield, reminding yourself of my unfailing commitment to your growth and well-being. If you ever feel alone, be assured I am closer than your own breath. I walk beside you, watch over you, and enfold you in the warmth of my compassion. There will be times when you sense no visible evidence of my hand, but true faith goes beyond sight. Faith invites you to trust in the reality of my love, even when the path ahead is not fully illuminated. In those quiet moments, whisper my name and allow your spirit to perceive the calm reassurance that has always been yours. You were not created to carry your burdens alone. My arms are always outstretched, inviting you to rest from constant striving and let my provision take you where your own strength cannot. Draw near in prayer, not as a ritual, but as a heartfelt conversation that nurtures our bond. Speak your frustrations, your hopes, and your deepest questions, then pause to listen with a willing heart. Prayer is a two-way communion, and I long to pour wisdom into your mind, revealing gentle truths that bring clarity and peace. At times, you may worry that your prayers are too small or too repetitive. Fear not. I look at your intentions, your honesty, and the childlike faith that brings you to me again and again. That consistency shows trust, and I cherish it. I do not grow weary of you. I am ever ready to embrace the fullness of who you are and guide you into who you are meant to be. I also call you to be aware of the unique gifts I have woven into your being. By design, you possess abilities and passions that serve a divine purpose. Perhaps you have minimized or overlooked certain talents, unsure if they matter in a complex world. Know that nothing I placed in you is without meaning. Every skill, every spark of creativity, every drop of compassion can become a channel of blessing when offered back to me. If you feel a stirring to create, to serve, to lead, or to explore new opportunities, pay attention. Often, I speak through that inner prompting, nudging you towards spaces where I want you to shine my light. As you obey that call, you will see doors open that you never anticipated, and your life will overflow with renewed purpose. Keep your eyes and heart alert for those around you who are hurting. The world can be cold, and people often pass by one another, unaware of silent cries for help. But you, my beloved, are called to be different. You carry my heart for the marginalized, the wounded, and the lonely. When you sense someone struggling, approach with empathy. Offer a listening ear, a kind word, or a simple act of service. By doing so, you reflect my love. Remember, it is I who empower every kind gesture. Even the smallest act, done with sincere compassion, can transform a life in ways you cannot foresee. You might be the crucial link in someone's journey to hope, simply by allowing yourself to be my vessel of comfort. Remember that humility is essential if you want to sustain a deep connection with me. Humility does not mean shrinking back or denying the strengths I have given you. It means recognizing that any gift you have flows from my grace, and you remain in constant need of my presence. When you approach me with a humble heart, your spirit becomes fertile ground for the seeds of wisdom I want to plant. A proud heart is hardened soil where truth struggles to take root, but a humble spirit readily accepts correction, rejoices in truth, and continually grows. Whether you are celebrating success or facing obstacles, let humility guide your thoughts. In humility, You will find a freedom unlike any other, for you will not be weighed down by the judgments or opinions of others. Your anchor will be my voice alone. Look back on your life, and you will see the markers of my care placed along the way. Think of the times you found solutions out of nowhere or received unexpected kindness from a stranger at the very moment you needed it. These small wonders were not coincidences. They were part of my orchestrated design. Nothing in your path is random or insignificant. I weave beauty from what appears hopeless. Even sorrowful events can become doorways where I reveal my power to restore and heal. Keep your eyes open for these reminders of my involvement. The more you notice them, the more your gratitude will grow, and gratitude fuels your spirit to embrace future blessings. Offer thanks each day, even amidst uncertainty, and watch as your perspective shifts from despair to anticipation. Some of you feel uneasy about tomorrow, worried about finances, relationships, or health. You may wonder how you will manage changes that seem inevitable. Let me reassure you, I know what lies ahead. I have walked every scenario already, and I can meet your needs at each step. Rest in this certainty. My guidance is designed uniquely for every chapter of your life. If you keep your heart attuned to my voice, you will sense gentle insights telling you when to act and when to wait. Rather than letting fear dictate your decisions, let your trust in me guide you. I have never abandoned my own, and I will not break that promise. Each morning, choose to rely on my grace. By day's end, you will see my fingerprints all over your experiences. In your spiritual growth, do not be discouraged if you feel you haven't advanced as quickly as you hoped. Growth often unfolds gradually, and some of the most profound transformations happen beneath the surface, away from everyone's view. You might notice you respond differently to conflict, feel more inclined to forgive, or show deeper compassion toward those you once overlooked. These are signs of my transforming work. Celebrate these indicators of progress, however small, because each step forward matters to me. Your journey is unique, and the pace I set aligns perfectly with my knowledge of your heart. Keep seeking me wholeheartedly, and you will produce fruit that nourishes both you and those around you. Guard your heart against the temptation to compare your path with others. Each soul travels a distinct trajectory. You may see someone receiving an opportunity you desire, or experiencing breakthroughs you haven't yet seen. Resist letting envy erode your trust. I have a timeline tailored for you, shaped by my intimate knowledge of your strengths and the areas that need development. Focus on aligning yourself with my voice, confident that I will open the right doors at the right time. Comparison drains energy that could be used for far more fruitful endeavors. Instead, bless those who are celebrating, and be assured I will meet your needs as well, even if your path looks different than you first imagined. Let me speak about forgiveness again. Forgiveness is not about excusing destructive behavior or minimizing hurtful actions. It is about releasing the toxic bitterness that clings to your spirit when resentment is nursed. Holding on to a grudge only chains you to the past, blocking you from moving forward. I do not want you living under those chains. Forgiveness sets you free, allowing my healing to enter. As you forgive, you open your heart to a freedom that transcends human logic. You learn to see others through my compassionate eyes, recognizing that people's harmful actions often spring from their own pain. In that recognition, you become an agent of peace, sowing harmony in a world torn by strife. When you face conflicts in your home, workplace, or community, seek my guidance first. Words spoken in anger can inflict deep, sometimes irreparable wounds. Before you speak, pause and invite me to guard your tongue so your words reflect kindness rather than harshness. If correction is needed, do it gently and clearly, aiming for the person's well-being, not their humiliation. When you make a mistake in communication, be quick to apologize, modeling humility. This approach may run against the prevailing culture, which often rewards aggressive speech. But remember, It is better to mend relationships than to win empty arguments. Choose the path of restoration, and I will bless your efforts with lasting peace. In your service to family and community, do not underestimate the power of consistency. Many hope for quick fixes or immediate transformations, yet some of the most significant changes emerge through slow, steady faithfulness. If I have entrusted people to your care, children, elderly relatives, or struggling friends, understand that each act of love, each encouraging word, lays a foundation of trust over time. These small, repeated gestures accumulate into security that can withstand life's storms. When you feel weary, come to my presence for refreshment, and I will renew your vision of how important your role truly is. Though you might not see immediate results, seeds planted in love eventually produce abundant harvests, often beyond what you can imagine. Stand firm against the discouragement that clings to your spirit when prayers seem unanswered. Sometimes you pray and expect instant change, only to face silence. Do not assume I am ignoring you. Every prayer is heard. Some answers arrive like a sudden breeze on a stifling day, while others require patience, as certain elements must align for the best outcome. If I granted every request instantly, you might miss the deeper lessons that emerge in the waiting. In that waiting, faith is refined and character is shaped. The silence is a space for introspection, prompting you to examine your motives and reliance on me alone. Trust that I am arranging everything for a resolution that serves your highest good. Pay attention to the atmosphere in your home. It can become a sanctuary of my peace, a spiritual refuge for everyone who enters. This does not mean there won't be honest discussions or disagreements, but it does mean love and respect must anchor every interaction. Encourage your household members to speak blessings over each other. A home that honors me radiates warmth to those longing for genuine love. If your family struggles with conflict, do not give up hope. Surrender each person to me in prayer. Offer consistent kindness and patience, even if you think your efforts are unnoticed. My spirit can soften even the hardest heart in time. Rejoice in the small daily miracle to another. Many times, you have entrusted your truths to those who were not worthy of your confidence. You have placed your trust in those I did not send. Before trusting someone, observe the fruit of their life. A good tree produces good fruit, and a bad tree produces bad fruit. Time will reveal who is genuine. Do not rush to trust. Rather, watch and pray. Seek wisdom, my child. Ask for my guidance before you bare your heart. Listen for my leading before you trust mere mortals. Today I ask you, have you been watchful or have you trusted blindly? Have you genuinely sought understanding or have you fallen for appearances? It is time to awaken and reject what merely seems bright but hides darkness. Declare in the comments, I choose discernment and pursue wisdom, when faith must exceed doubt. My child, pay attention. True faith goes beyond comfort. Faith is not just feeling my presence in times of joy. It is pressing forward even when the path is dark. I know that fear sometimes knocks on the door of your mind, that the unknown beckons, and your circumstances roar against the promise I have given you. Yet I need you to understand, your faith must outweigh your doubt. Remember Peter, he walked on water while keeping his eyes on me, but the moment he focused on the wind, when he gave more attention to the waves than to my presence, he began to sink. You do not fail because of your problems. You fail when you stop looking at me. Doubt grows when you lose sight of who stands with you, when you pay more attention to what the world shouts than to my voice. I never said the journey would be easy, but I promised to stand by your side. If I am with you, what is there to fear? If I have made you a promise, why question it? Why think I would abandon you? Do you know what sets a victor apart from a quitter? It is not the absence of problems, but the presence of unwavering faith. Those who trust in me do not dwell on how impossible something seems. They focus on the one who makes the impossible possible. The adversary will always try to sow doubt, insisting you cannot win, that the door will remain closed, that your dreams will never come true. He wants you to fix your eyes on the storms, the challenges, and the obstacles. But I tell you now, do not feed your doubts. Feed your faith. Come to me, pray, worship, and proclaim my truth over your life. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by my word. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. What have you been feeding more, faith or doubt? What dominates your thoughts? My promises or the adversary's lies? My child, when your faith outweighs your doubt, nothing can stop you. The one who believes in me will keep walking, even when there is no visible path. The one who believes in me will keep fighting, even without fully understanding. The one who believes in me will find peace, even in the heart of chaos. Will you allow doubt to reign, or will you believe that I will fulfill every promise I have made to you? I choose to have faith greater than my doubt. Subtle steps into darkness. My child, the adversary will not always attempt to destroy you in one blow. He knows that if he presents you with a major sin, you will resist. So he proceeds quietly, little by little. He does not force you, he entices you. He does not impose, he suggests. He is skilled at planting small seeds, tiny choices that seem insignificant, but slowly lead you away from my presence. You know that if he tried to cast you aside instantly, you would fight back. So he sows subtle ideas and minor compromises. They seem too trivial to matter. He whispers, just this once is fine. It's not a big deal. God will understand. Before you know it, you open the door for darkness to creep in. First, it is a stray thought, then a slight shift in attitude, followed by neglecting a promise, skipping prayer, or letting your pursuit of my presence fade. Eventually, you realize you have drifted far from me. This is what happened to Samson. He walked too close to danger, trusting in his own strength, ignoring warnings. By the time he understood, he was blind and bound. It happened to David. He never intended to commit a grave sin. He merely lingered where his gaze should not have been, which led to a chain of transgressions that brought great pain. Many wander from me, not in a single moment, but through small steps. Even the tiniest compromise can bring monumental ruin. The adversary doesn't need to force you. He only needs to whisper, to shift you by 1 degree. Each small step follows another, and before you know it, you are miles away from my presence. But today, I command you, do not toy with what can lead you astray. Do not lie to yourself that small things have no consequences. Every beginning is small. A seed eventually grows into a towering tree. A tiny crack can bring down an entire structure. A small detour can lead you far from your true path. Look at your life. What compromises have you made? What justifications have you offered? What habits, thoughts, or attitudes have you embraced, telling yourself they are harmless? Close those doors now. Uproot evil at its source before it grows. Do not give the enemy a foothold. Be faithful in the small things, for whoever is faithful in little will also be faithful in much. So I ask, will you continue allowing minor compromises, or will you choose a path of faithfulness and obedience? Comment, I will not let darkness prevail. I choose the divine path. A prayer of surrender. Let us pray together. In this moment, I stand in your presence with a humble heart, fully depending on you. I acknowledge that without you, I am nothing. Without your guidance, I wander aimlessly. Today, I cry out, aware of the snares around me. I know the adversary is relentless, eager to pull me away from your purpose and create distance between us. Here and now, I cling to you, my refuge, my fortress, my unshakable foundation. Lord, give me discernment to detect the enemy's cunning plans. I refuse to be deceived by traps he lays before me. He often disguises himself, offering what seems good but leads to disaster. Keep me from taking easy paths that stray from your greater design. Strengthen my faith so it surpasses any doubt. May I remain steadfast through the storms. Remind me daily that you never fail in your promises. When the adversary tries to plant seeds of fear or lies, may my faith stand firm enough to reject them. Father, protect my mind. The greatest battle takes place within my thoughts. I choose to fill my mind with your word, not with fear or uncertainty. Help me question every thought that does not align with your truth. Grant me wisdom regarding whom I trust. Some come into my life not to help me grow, but to draw me away from you. Show me who is genuine. Let me see beyond flattering words and truly discern their fruits before I open my heart. Empower me to resist minor compromises that lead to sin. I know evil often creeps in quietly. Let me shut those doors and stand my ground. I choose not to give the adversary any room to operate in my life. Reignite my passion for prayer. The enemy tries to weary me, hoping I will stop praying, for anyone who stops praying risks surrendering. But I want to be a spiritual warrior, hungry for your presence. Father, if any burden weighs upon me, fatigue, sorrow, or a heaviness in my spirit, I lay it all down before you. Break these chains. Let me feel your peace. Fill me now with the power of your Spirit. Thank you for hearing my cry. Thank you for protecting me even when I cannot see it. Thank you for your unfailing faithfulness and ultimate sovereignty. I trust you in the name of Jesus. My child, if this prayer resonates with you, do not leave without giving it a like, for it helps this message reach more souls. Share in the comments what was revealed to your heart. Your engagement builds this community of faith and spreads these words further. Pass this along to someone who may need these truths today. You could be the solution someone has been longing for. If you have not subscribed, click the button and ring the bell so you don't miss our powerful prayers. A promise of hope. My beloved, as you walk through life's trials, remember that I am by your side. I do not watch you from a distance, perched among the stars. I dwell within you, woven into your very being. Even in moments when your efforts seem unseen and your struggles feel solitary, every act of kindness, every forward step, and every silent aspiration resonates with me. Your journey may look ordinary, but to me, it is extraordinary. Remember those quiet hours when you labored diligently, even as the world seemed unaware. I was there, shaping and strengthening you with each step. Trust that nothing I give comes without purpose. When an opportunity arises, you must be bold enough to take it. When I open a way, it is yours to walk through. Every action you take sets the course that lies ahead. You will face trials and encounter people or situations that test your limits. These challenges are not punishments, but the tools that demonstrate your true strength. The value of any climb is measured not by the summit alone, but by your determination along the way. Each time resistance appears, it is a sign you are pressing toward a significant purpose, something worth fighting for. Do not let critics or uncertainties derail you. The opinions of others are a faint whisper compared to the path I have set before you. Do not let temporary hardships divert you from your mission. Challenges are seasons, not endings. Look at those who have faced difficulties and emerged victorious. They stood through storms, embraced hardship, and pressed on through confusion. Their strength came from steadfast perseverance. Continue on, despite the discouragement around you. Be true to who I made you to be, and recognize the author of the cosmos and the splendor of creation who walks with you. My laws are unwavering, not fleeting whims, and my promises are rooted in eternal truth. Yes, your path is unique, but you must walk it. When you stumble, hold on to faith. Mistakes and failures are part of the journey toward mastery. Even those who came before you erred. I do not require perfection, only a heart committed to growth. Your weaknesses do not limit me. I chose you, not to spite your flaws, but so my grace might be displayed in your life. Rise each morning with resolve. Embrace the life before you, knowing I am always with you, loving, guiding, encouraging. The road you walk reflects my devotion and testifies to my faith in you. Each choice, no matter how small, matters to me. Each step you take, I gently guide. Stand firm in your beliefs. Let hope be your constant companion. The path may wind through valleys and over hills. Storms may gather, but I am the constant light piercing the darkness, offering unerring direction. When decisions grow difficult, remember, I am with you in every twist and turn of your journey. Some friendships may seem everlasting, but are only for a season. Treat them with gratitude, for each companion has a purpose in your path. Moving forward often requires letting go of the familiar. Clinging to old wounds or outdated habits can hold back your spirit. Believe that the future offers new wonders, even if it means releasing what you know. Embrace the adventure of entering uncharted places. Many treasures await there. Renewing silence in deserts, safe shelter in storms, and endless landscapes beneath clear skies. If these words have warmed your heart, tap like. When darkness falls, I light your path. When weariness weighs on you, remember that self-reliance alone is not enough. Like a mighty tree rooted in fertile soil, you draw strength from a deeper source, me. Receive that power and let it rejuvenate you, so you may uplift others in turn. Knowing when to act and when to rest is a mark of true wisdom. Stay mindful that fleeting circumstances, grand or small, should not define who you are. High peaks and humble starts each have their place, but neither determines your worth. Your true resting place lies in the genuine relationship and steadfast support I offer. Transcend temporary conditions. Let go of thought patterns that drain your energy. Own your shortcomings and move toward freedom, for I honor you as you are. I do not regret the uniqueness in how I made you. If certain commitments or relationships are depleting you, consider stepping back from those that do not uplift. A great journey lies before you, one that invites you to accept your true self without being weighed down. Recognize your own worth. Cast off the burdens that hold you back and open your arms to my care. When criticism comes, widen your perspective. Find comfort in me, and any negativity will fade without halting your path. Press on, confident that the obstacles before you have no true power to stop you. I never promised a life without trials, but I did promise to remain by your side. Each day I will strengthen you and infuse you with hope for the future. With every intentional step, you will find moments of beauty after adversity, connection in loneliness, and light after darkness. I formed every fiber of your being with purpose, and you are meant to share that uniqueness in ways only you can. Your contribution is irreplaceable. Pay attention to the subtle signs of guidance that arrive quietly. Even when fatigue clouds your view, a simple act of kindness can keep you aligned with my will. In those quiet gestures, you'll find renewed strength and the determination to press on. Sometimes your reward will be wide horizons and a profound sense of coming home after trials. Though your path may sometimes lead through sorrow or strain, remember that these experiences can be transformed by the steadfast well-being that undergirds you. Soon, the burden you carry will become a deep sense of fulfillment. Never forget that to give is to offer a piece of yourself. Such openness doesn't just help others, it marks a great step in your own growth. Every time you share your heart with those around you, you ignite compassion that can transform lives. Each act of generosity brightens the world further, aligning with my grand design for you. By doing this, you prove that a noble spirit can move hearts and send ripples of grace through your community. Believe that every gesture, no matter how small, weaves into a larger tapestry of compassion and support. Embrace authenticity, for in doing so, you reflect the very essence of empathy and unity you were destined for from the start. Beloved, share this uplifting word with 3 people who may need encouragement. My child, hear me. I have plans for your future, plans that will lead you to victory and steadfast hope. A time of change is coming. Soon you will witness the fulfillment of your desires, and an overflowing of blessings will greet you. Massive transformations will arrive suddenly, like a mighty wind. Embrace them, for I am orchestrating these changes. I am here to lift you from hardship and place your feet on solid ground. Something wonderful is on its way. A shift from mere survival into abundance beyond measure. Lack will yield to plenty in the blink of an eye, bringing not just material resources, but security and opportunities beyond what money can buy. I will stir the power within you and help you flourish. I have prepared this gift, knowing your trials have forged a deep strength and faith. Your endurance through adversity reveals your commitment to what matters most. I have laid the foundation for great results, and you shall remain unshaken. Lay aside every fear or doubt that whispers these blessings are too good to be true. Stand ready for a deeper relationship with your Savior. Join this fellowship and immerse yourself in inspired teaching and community. Let us walk together, discovering new depths of faith and everlasting hope. As night blankets the hills, my light shines brilliantly, guiding and comforting you with unwavering strength through my rod and staff. Remember, I rejoice in your presence during this special time of vacation. As a loving Father, my heart sings with joy for your happiness. Let us laugh together and let your heart soar, for every good gift flows from me. Offer your gratitude like sweet incense, knowing you are never alone on your journey. I provide you with fellow travelers, brothers and sisters, to share your burdens and celebrate your joys. Together, you will experience the fullness of my love. Seek me, talk to me, and lean on me as you walk the path I've set for you. I am always here, ready to reveal the depth of my love, the strength of my power, and the compassion of my care. You are mine, and my heart is with you now and forever. If this message has touched your spirit, let it be the start of a journey filled with hope, purpose, and transformation. Return to this space often, where I will continue to speak life, encouragement, and direction into your heart. Each video, every shared moment, is a step toward the abundant life I've prepared for you. Subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss a message designed to guide you through trials, celebrate your victories, and help you embrace the promises I've made for you. Join a community of hearts seeking truth and walking in faith together, for this journey is meant to be shared. Remember, you are never alone and never forgotten. I am always with you, working in ways beyond your imagination. Until we meet again, stay steadfast, stay faithful, and hold on to this truth. You are deeply loved and destined for greatness. Amen.